One.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the loser bracket semi-finals between ATZ and MikeKatz. I will be your restreamer today, Void Kingdom, and with me I have Garm and Monstros. Say hi, you two.
Hey everyone.
What's up?
Now, how do you guys feel about ATZ and MikeKatz in the semi-final for the loser bracket?
I mean, this is going to be a pretty fun one. It's going to be a great match.
Well, so as ATZ's mentioned before, he's been studying his opponents and playing to the way that they play. So it's going to be interesting knowing that he's changed from the way that he did his tutorial to show everyone in the beginning.
It's also going to be interesting from MikeKat's perspective because he's been playing a lot of his races like quite recently, and he's got a bit of momentum going. So we'll see how, if he feels pretty confident coming into this.
Yeah, MikeKatz has been on the up and up. You know, he is a what seed is he currently?
Let's find out. I believe it was 15.
I wanted to say 15, but I didn't want to miss.
I thought it was 15. I can quickly just check. Yeah, it was 15. It was 15. So seed 15 going up against seed 1, but despite that, MikeKatz is still in the loser semi-finals, where they'll be battling for 4th place.
So loser gets 4th place, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's interesting because it's not very often in a bracket setting that you expect to see a 15 seed, make it this. Your commentary is really loud per chat.
Without, turn it down.
No, it's fine. I already sorted it out on my side. If it's still loud, I will change it again.
Alright.
Yeah.
10-4, thanks.
Should be good. But we're starting off MikeKatz in the black and grey corner, whilst ATZ fighting in the purple corner.
Get us a redo here. MikeKatz got that sick head start of 4 seconds.
4 seconds?
I guess if he needs a handicap, that's fine, right?
Nah, he doesn't need a handicap, but we're going to be seeing the greatness of Mino in black and white Technicolor with
2 blue rupees,
3 blue rupees, and maybe a 4th. Ah, Mino, you let me down.
I think it's extra funny. Sorry about that. I think it's extra funny that, the silver rupees that you'd find, say, if you're doing ice caverns, are also worth 5. It's like, yo, they're not actually blue. They're still.
Oh, Rudolph's letter from Kakiri's chest. MikeKatz hasn't collected it yet. He's just gone to Mino and headed straight out. I'm assuming he's going to pick that up later when he does Deku or something like that.
You better hope so, or this race is over before it started.
Race over in the first minute if he's forgotten that check. But I doubt he's forgotten it. He's most likely going to route it in with Deku Tree. And unless he gets bombs very early and decides to Source River and Source Domain, it isn't really going to matter too much.
Yeah, I just that's an interesting spot. Do we want to take guesses on all dungeons this?
Rudo's led at all dungeons. Well, we need to see what the Stones of Dungeons are first. So
it's all dungeons. It's fine.
Oh yeah, of course. Roundabout made this. It's going to be all dungeons. Deep Fire.
Roundabout 1.
Roundabout 1.
Stonefire, by the way.
Oh yeah, Stonefire. Of course, Stonefire. That's very important. But Roundabout 1 has been making some awful seeds for me lately, so let's hope that he's a bit more kinder to these races today. So, what do you think? Is it interesting that MikeKatz has just gone straight to the castle from Deku? So I don't normally see that. Normally, we will be seeing a route that ATZ is doing, where they head to South Open Grotto in the Hyrule Fields, and then splitting up from there, where they decide to Gerudo Valley or head straight to the castle,
Well, so the straight to castle's not the worst play. A lot of people like to grab down there later. It's just a weird route because ATZ used to run the route straight to the castle. But the thing is, I guess they've swapped it up. I think maybe they're metagaming each other. They've done some studying on each other, and they actually just swapped how they want to do their routes.
Do you think he's going to be rushing for Deku Tree, just save quit now that he has all the sticks, farm some money? Or is he just going to go adult CAC right now? I'd imagine.
I think it's going to go adult CAC. You don't come to the castle unless you plan on going adult, I would assume.
Especially with this route, because otherwise you'd be waiting quite a while for ZL.
He also came straight inside, so his day-night cycle is going to be real jack.
Although if he's running straight to adult CAC, then he'll push it closer to night, and then he can fit ZL in afterwards.
So I find it weird,
Mhm.
ATZ's route, because like you said, people do go down to the open grotto. It's open. It's a check 0.
Mhm.
But why not go to Gerudo Valley?
Well, there's a few ways to think about this, because you might find the Silver Scale, you can go down there. Like, if you don't find bombs at Silver Scale, you can route that in quite nicely for Underwater Bowler as well. You might want to plant the bean to do like Hylab and adult fishing in case it's a really late hook shot. You just never know. Because if you want to go back down there again, it's going to take a very long time if you've done all those checks, and it's not really worth it.
Well, so the other concept is, if you changed up that idea and did do Gerudo early, correct? If you could always go back to Gerudo as a quick way back to there, back to Hylia, if you decided to do it like right after Epona song, which is the generally intended route how they catch it.
And there's also day-night cycles, as Rakari mentions, because if you go down to Gerudo Valley and you go down there, your day-night's pretty bad for ZL, unless you intend to do Deku, like straight off the bat afterwards to reset your day and night. You're pretty much just going straight out of CAC afterwards, because your day-night's pretty bad if you go down that route. So right now we're seeing...
So it's not. It's just my bad. It's just not wasting any time with day-night cycles instead of just sitting there. What do I do with my?
Effectively, yes. You just want to be as efficient as possible with your early route to fit in ZL, because that gives you 2 extra songs from Saria's and Malon. Now, we're seeing some pretty big divergence. So MikeKatz is going to adult CAC, whilst ATZ is going to be going through a much more standard route and picking up the Pocket Kaku from Dog Lady. So let's hope Big Goron isn't required today, because that's going to be a very long trade quest.
Yeah, trade quest. What do you think about trade quests? What's your favorite part of trade?
My favorite part is handing in the claim check, knowing that it's finally over.
The dream.
What do you think about the light medallion stock? You don't often see light medallion, so potentially, I mean, light arrows check is going to be, we still require 2 medallions. Forest medallion, let's hope it's in a good place for prelude. Nocturne is still going to take a while to get, because you need all 3 medallions now. But it's less likely it's all dungeons at the very least.
So, light medallion. I don't like light medallion dungeons. They scare me. They generally, it seems, there's no conclusive evidence, of course. But it always just seems...
Man on Roof?
Dense Fire Man on Roof? Nice. That's in Logic, correct?
Once they get the
per tournament settings?
For the tournament settings, yes, you're right. They are using the tournament settings, so those tricks are enabled.
Yeah. So light medallion seems to almost, in my seeds at least, I can't say for anybody else's, they have not very good return if they're on an actual dungeon. So I'm just like, oh, I'll avoid it. I'll do something else, especially if it was light medallion fire. Avoid it like worse than stone medallion, stone fire.
Now, that makes some sense, because I think I recall quite a few of my seeds where it's just light medallions. There's just nothing been in there, honestly.
I mean, of course, it's inconclusive. It's not in the logic. It's supposed to be like that, of course.
MikeKatz having a little bit of fun with the windmill. This is definitely one of the most finicky jumps in the game, if you can't get the initial setup to do it quickly.
Well, yeah. So if you're not back far enough, you don't get enough distance to roll and get the jump.
Wow, the bow as well. That's actually pretty convenient for adult shooting gallery. You can just do it right now.
Yeah, he's right here. He won't have to come back and check it later.
Yeah, that's definitely an annoying check. Say if you get bow late and you don't have Nocturne, it's just one very far away check that's kind of annoying to do. So getting out of the way now is great.
The issue with getting it late as well is just you forget about it because you're used to checking it early if you can.
Yeah, normally you get it in like the first hour, but let's say you get it 3 hours in, sometimes you just forget.
By the time you're 3 hours in, you have enough songs to warp that you don't go through CAC as often.
For example, like going to Fire Temple, you probably have Valera or Minuet to get there faster.
Yeah, so then you just skip CAC. Lorenzo was kind, I see. He didn't get caught.
Good old guards. I see finishing off very nicely. And we're going to see let's see what song we get from here. ZL.
Vanilla ZL.
That's always nice to see. So MikeKatz is going to be heading to the graveyard and doing everyone's favorite game, Zampe digging. And where do you think ATC will be going? He seems like he's sticking with the free song route, heading to get Malon and probably...
He looks like he's going straight to Malon.
Yeah.
Which isn't that bad of a play since he's got ZL already. He's not looking for ZL, he's looking for warp songs at this point.
I mean, imagine to be looking for warp songs. It's the best time to do it. These are like right now, unless you could either go here or do adult CAC.
He could have went adult CAC, yeah. And that's the other thing that MikeKatz has going against him is most likely he's not going to catch the ZL song unless he comes to check Kid Dampe, which is also looking for a day-night cycle.
When ATC also goes to Kakariko, he's going to have the Sun Song pretty much immediately, the check itself. Whereas MikeKatz will have to find that CL, then go back to CAC. Though he will most likely go Child CAC just to hand in the letter and maybe do chickens, possibly.
Chickens are so slow.
They are so slow. Oh, it depends how risky these races want to play. I feel like ATZ is usually quite consistent and will always do chickens. Whereas MikeKatz, I'm not so sure. Have you seen much of MikeKatz? How consistent is he? Is he a risky player much, or?
I'm unsure because I feel like here's the thing. ACZ's been trying to adapt his routes to how his current opponent's playing. I don't know if I didn't catch MikeKatz's last interview, so I'm unsure if that's the way he's going to go about it. But it's not the worst idea.
Have we seen that? Yeah, ATZ just adapt. Sometimes he'll just rush Skull Mask, for example.
What did he do that against? He did that against Rakaru, I believe it was?
Yes. And it was actually the hook shot, I believe, that was there, which was quite fortunate.
Big play.
So
but I'm not trying to shadow.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's gonna ATZ can just go to Nocturne immediately, to Child CAC, do chickens, get Sun Song.
Child Dampe.
That's a big one too. Routing Dampe digging is a lot easier now with Nocturne. You just have to wait for it to hit night and then just play it.
So what's your concept on catching Child Dampe though? Because there's been times I've been like trying to not waste time, and I'll like be going up river, and it's like, do I just leave river to go do Child Dampe, or do I?
The thing with Dampe digging is that sometimes it's really hard to route in if you want to play efficiently. Like, if you don't have the Sun Song, but you want to do all these checks, sometimes you just never get it. So you could opt to just do a normal route that you don't care about items, just to fit Dampe digging in. I have one route like that, just to do it. Right. MikeKatz actually had a really good time of Dampe. Good 48 seconds. And AC will play Nocturne. If he didn't get the Nocturne on a good warp song, he would have just probably done Deku Tree immediately, I imagine, rather than walking out.
What was his rupee count? I didn't catch it.
It was max, I believe.
It was max? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't do he'd warp out he'd come back out anyways, wouldn't he? Because he wants to get this. He's not gonna get the song now. What?
Is he? Oh no, but he has no way to kill the bats.
Oh, he doesn't even have sticks yet, does he?
Yeah, he has no sticks. He has nothing to kill the bats anyway. So we'll see if adult shooting game has anything from MikeKatz, since that was a very convenient bow, I will say. Yeah, AC is going to be doing everyone's favorite pastime in Randomizer, the chickens.
Biggest... Is it the slowest, quote-unquote, minigame?
I would imagine so. I mean, we can't really count the trading quests. So yeah, I would say this is probably one of the slowest checks.
Yeah. I personally don't go that direction with checking that grotto. I like doing the side hop from the building.
I mean, I like going to that grotto, even though I'm going to come here as an adult anyway, just to reset the chickens. So I only have to juggle 2 chickens rather than 3.
Yeah. Like I still check the grotto while I'm doing the chickens. It's just I throw all 5 chickens in the pen first, and then I climb the tower and side hop over to check man on roof at the same time. So, since the grotto check in theory still leaves the chicken count as it is.
Although you would have, because it's reverse chickens, because you're coming from the graveyard, can you fit that in nicely?
Probably not as nicely. But muscle memory wise, it's you might, if you're not used to doing it one way, you might be like, where's that last chicken at?
I'm interested in MikeKatz route right now, honestly. This is a very strange route. He's already in Death Mountain Trails as an adult, 13 minutes in.
What does he know? Is this a profit play?
Maybe. I mean, he knows he could do Link the Goron with the bow. That is in logic. And then he can do the Death Mountain Trail stuff. Though I'm not sure whether that's the best play because he has Bolero. All he needs is the Hollow Boots and Hookshot, and he can just do this quite nicely. He most likely he'll be coming down Death Mountain Trail as a child anyway to get the Trail Chest and the Heart Piece as it's on his way to Child Cack. Though he would be grabbing Nocturne in this run, so it doesn't actually matter too much.
That's true. It is interesting that he didn't go through the bottom first. Like you said, he has Bolero, so I don't know what his play is.
Well,
I
he
feel
can't
like he's wasting
leave the Bolero check because he has no Hollow Boots or Hookshot, but he might find it later in Child, and then he could have done all this a bit more efficiently, I imagine. Well, that's a quite nice shot.
Sniper. Get down.
Yeah, I feel like he's trying to play very risky. Do you think he's gonna go check Mido just for the song after this?
Oh, I mean, how easy is it to do it without a hookshot? He doesn't have hookshot, right?
There was the Iron Boots. I'm not sure if that's the item you really want to find, since it's only really useful for Water Temple and free checks, really. Although, if he had the Ruto's letter from the Kakiriso chest, he might be thinking the Zora's underwater heart piece.
Yeah, it's an interesting check. I don't think I've seen anyone find anything great there recently.
So, yeah, he's just going to be doing these checks really quick. You can also... No, he can't do the fairy because he has no explosives or hammer, unless he finds it right now.
Yo, big play if he found it now.
Oh, that would just be the
fire
biggest play.
is required, and he's got a song, right? So he could... He could dip in there. I wouldn't see why you wouldn't. Especially since he has a song. And then, what do? Would you save and quit it?
I would just look inside for the first check just to see if that first Goron has a bomb. If he has a key as well, you can know that, oh, hey, I need the Megaton Hammer to proceed through here. It's really nice information.
He gets a lot of it, especially because imagine if, his first couple checks gave him, let's say he got big key. He got say if he gets the boss key and he doesn't get progression to climb the tower, that tells you he's supposed to have hovers. Per logic.
That's actually important as well, yes. If you get the boss key in those first three, you need the hovers, because you can't proceed any further anyway. So yeah, he will be going for the Mido skip.
Oof.
Yeah, this is a very interesting... I don't think I've seen any racer do it.
Was that first try?
I was first or second try with the bow. That's very nice. Nicely done.
What a man.
Absolute madman. So... AZ has not done Deku Tree or the Lost Woods yet for Saria's song, I believe.
No, he hasn't.
I mean, this is a deviation from his route, definitely.
I think he's just trying to play how MikeKatz would play. And I don't know if it's going to work in his favor.
I mean, it all entirely depends what that Saria's song is. Ooh, both races have failed the slingshot game in this seed. It's unfortunate. And now we're going to see what... Ooh, Sun Song.
Sun Song makes day-night cycle for Kid Dampe nice.
That's actually really nice, especially if Dampe Digging has something, because I don't think ATZ will do this check. I feel like when he does Adult, he'll just come back. ATZ, what are you doing?
This is a Let's Play for Zelda on the left.
Casual Let's Play on the left, whilst MikeKatz grabbing Bolero.
Ooh. Bolero, nice, opponent's song. So that opens up... You get to keep opponent right off the bat, so that's nice. He gets to, what is it?
He can go
Horse
to
archery?
Yeah. Horseback archery, that's a possibility. And if he really wants to, he can do the Ingo race.
Just for the fans, of course.
Yeah, just for fun. If he thinks he's that far ahead.
This man's dead. Oh, no, backflip.
He's backflipping to pause the timer. He'll get in just in time, I think. Because if you're in the air, the timer isn't counting down.
I actually did not know that. So that's an interesting fact I learned.
So if he didn't do that, he would have absolutely been caught on fire. So he's going to use the nuts, hoping for some heart pieces. And he is going to be just checking the first check and fire.
He has a bow. You can just shoot him. You can just...
He does have a bow. He's remembered. Ooh, no heart pieces. He's gonna have to
leave and come back. Yeah.
Is he just gonna go for it? Oh no, he did get heart pieces. It's just black and white. I couldn't tell.
Black and white's hard, man.
It is hard. ATC is focusing on Skull Mask.
He didn't get hearts. Apparently, he got a God Fairy.
A God Fairy?
Yeah, he got... Sometimes enemies when you're at low health, gives Fairy.
Oh yeah, you're
Random
right.
fairies.
Unbelievable. So he does get a key. So he can keep going. Now, it's going to be quite awkward if the second chest, like the open Goron, has a key as well. Because then he might be thinking, oh, I might need to proceed further and fire later. But I don't have any explosives. But he has Bolero to come back here anyway very quickly. So
yeah, it's not like he's in a...
loss.
He's not hurting on coming back. Because that'd be the big issue. You can come back. He doesn't have the health to climb. Absolutely doesn't have the health. He has a bottle, though, right? Or is it only ATZ that has a bottle?
ATZ has one, yes.
ATZ has 2 bottles. He's got... Well, I mean, he's got one that he can't get rid of until he stops up to Zora's Domain, at least.
What do you think about ATZ just focusing on Skull Mask? Because I think he knows that MikeKatz is a very adult-heavy player, so he most likely just prioritizing these off-child checks like Skull Mask chickens, just in case it has something really nice.
Well,
he's even waiting for nighttime for Dampe digging.
I like... Odd flex, but okay. Let's go with it.
Well, it's not that long of a wait, say about 25-30 seconds.
But it's just... It like I said, this deviates so hard from the way that ATZ normally plays. So, if he finds something, it pays off. But how far do you think he feels he's behind if he finds nothing?
I feel like he's confident in his play and execution that he could make up the time, perhaps, if he just guesses wrong. And it does make sense to do Dampe digging now, though he does have Nocturne. He could return at any point in his child route to just get it, pretty much.
Yeah.
And the thing is, MikeKatz also got Sunsong at Mido by doing Mido skip, so he won't have to wait to do Dampe digging, so he'll save a bit of time there. Although, if Minuet is pretty easy to get, then ATC will actually save time there, because he can just warp and grab that song, whilst MikeKatz has to go through all of Lost Woods and do Mido skip.
So here's the thing. How are both these runners on wanting to chase down skulls? If I'm correct, ATZ doesn't generally do skulls.
Dampe digging, not good enough. I feel like they don't heavily prioritize it. They'll grab skulls along the way, and they know where they all are, but they won't go out of their way for those skulls, unless they know, hey, 30, 40, 50 skulls are required from the Stone of Agony or something. I feel like they're not one to prioritize skulls too heavily. ATC has prioritized skull
Is this guy being
before.
a genius?
What is he doing? MikeKatz, what are you doing? No, MikeKatz, this is not allowed. This is not allowed. MikeKatz,
banned. Reported.
he's got chest hacks, wall hacks confirmed. Oh, okay. MikeKatz.
Do you try it again?
No, you have to be mad to try it again.
He usually tries once. Oh boy.
Could you imagine if he got that and there was like the hook shot behind there?
That'd be big brain. Cosmic brain level.
That's galactic brain. That's universal brain level. So we'll see what the Sunsong check is going to give, whilst MikeKatz is going to be finishing up doing ZL. See, Minuet right there. ATZ just gained quite a bit of time there. He doesn't have to go through Lost Woods and Mido now.
Yeah, that's true. He also... We have no explosives yet. Not even bomb shoes. I was curious on if going through Lost Woods at any point is going to be worth it, since they don't have a way to access those 3 grottos.
No, but they do have Minuet to come back fairly quickly, and also there's a lot of free checks that Ocarina gained, a Deku Salesman. ATZ is going to need 80 rupees. Oh, no, 40 rupees, because one's behind the grotto, of course.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a lot going on for different seeds right now, because they're literally playing in complete opposites of the other.
Yeah, they are doing... Honestly, this is the most divergent start I've seen in pretty much any of the tournament races. MikeKatz is going super hard on Adult and grabbing the Bones Inspire for it. Whilst ATZ is just focusing on his normal route as a child, but heavily focusing Skull Mask. I wonder when both of these races are going to do Gerudo Valley, those 2 checks, because the bombs very well might be there.
Yeah, there's 2 checks there. They're both considered open. And Yosus Man saving sticks. Stick economy.
I mean, it is a joke, but sticks are very important this early. Unless you get an adult's wallet and 200 rupees, you have to manage your economy very well because you're going to need that money for grottos and Deku salesmen. And those sticks, if you don't have a Kakiri sword, you have to manage those sticks to get sculptures, to kill bosses.
Skulls, good joke, man. How many do they have a piece? One, maybe.
One. I'm surprised ATC didn't get all the child skulls in CAC whilst he was there, honestly.
That was the other thing. I was honestly surprised. But at the same time, he would have to burn a stick for every single one of them.
You could do... Oh, no, he doesn't have a shield. No, he could still do broken stick without one.
Wouldn't every time he had to climb or something, he'd lose it?
So he couldn't get the one on the ladder, but he could get the other 4. Since you don't have to climb anything to get those.
You'd have to start on the climbed one first. You'd have to climb where they put the archery shop.
Yeah, you have to start and there. It's he grabbing nothing above the dongo. And we'll be heading off whilst MikeKatz is going to be picking up his vanilla Zelda's Lullaby, and we'll see where he goes from there. I imagine he's going to be going to Malon and Saria's song and pretty much doing the normal route that a lot of racers do after his divergence to adult CAC early. Whereas ATZ, I imagine Deku Tree and Lost Woods is on the game. Since Deku Tree has a lot of free checks, pretty much, I imagine something's going to be in there, since we found very little.
Let's see. Rikaru correcting me for the not losing sticks for jumping up ledges. If I'm correct, I think you only lose them if you push a block, because I use a lot of broken sticks in Deku Tree.
Oh yeah, that is true, yes. If you climb a ledge with broken stick, you still keep the stick.
It's if you push a block, it says put that away. Oh boy, there's just so much going on right now. Where would you go if you were MikeKatz? I mean, he's being super sporadic, of course, right now, but...
MikeKatz, I would just stick with the normal route of just free song route, which is essentially going to Malon, doing Saria's song, doing Lost Woods, Deku Tree, all of that stuff, because there's a lot of free checks there, essentially, and you're missing a lot of items. It's annoying that you don't have explosives to do those grottos, but at this point, you've done quite a bit. It's probably going to be there, or Gerudo Valley. Is he picking up a skull mask?
Yeah. I mean, we could have, first bombs in, GTG.
I mean, that is possible. We do have Epona and the bow.
We have Epona.
Although, they don't have Song of Time. That bow... Oh, no. That is tournament brackets, of course. That trick is in logic. So, yes.
Uh-huh.
Oh, speaking of Song of Time.
It's a good song.
Song of Time is just one of those things where you don't really want it, because it's only used for, 2 things, because you can skip the rest of them, which is the River Chest and Water Temple and the GTG Toilet, the most beloved check in the entire game.
Would you rather have that song, or would you rather have Lake Hylia's song? Let's be honest.
I would rather have... I don't know the answer to that one.
Let me rephrase that. With it being a Randobot 1 seed, would you rather have...
Song of Time.
Yeah. Value changed real quick when you say Randobot.
Oh, yeah, of course. This is a Randobot 1 randomized seed. So get your AD ready, your deep fires. It's probably going to be something
locked
like
behind Song of Time, Song of Storms. Pick your poison.
Okay, so this is the biggest check probably in the first hour and a half, I imagine. It's right here because ATC rushed this thing. You don't often see 25-minute Skull Mask unless you just go for it.
Let's see if he was cheating or not, guys. Kappa.
ATC with a big brain play. Is it going to pay off though?
Man doesn't even have a shield. What are you supposed to do for the next 10 seconds?
Don't buy shields. You never need to buy shields.
Yeah, but now you can't shield dance here. It sucks.
That's true. Hover boots?
Hover boots.
You need to do this. Oh, ATC. He just gets it right every time. God damn it.
What a guy. So, do we want to take guesses on early boss key and fire?
It's possible, though you still need the hammer to kill for Vajia. I mean, what else would the hover boots let you do? Assuming that's what you need, it lets you...
You can do the backwalk and fire, right? You can do the backwalk. in the creator now because of the rule set.
Yeah.
You can do Wasteland.
That's a big one for Requiem, and for getting that Requiem check, because it could be vanilla Requiem still.
It helps them with their stone water. You know how much you can skip in stone water now?
That's true. Oh, that's a really nice use of Sunsong. Just not having to exit the maze. And MikeKatz is going to be buying all his equipment, doing Deku Tree, or ATC doing the best check in the game, Ocarina game.
What's the most number of times you've messed this up?
I've only messed this up once in all of my randomizer runs. It was it was very upsetting the first time I did it. Oh, ATZ forgetting what the 6th note was. Do you think it's going to just repeat itself?
Nah, you can't have that good luck. Oh, make me a liar, please.
Oh, it's great when it just repeats itself, because you only have to remember 4 notes.
How
do you forget that, ATC? It's the same as the 4 notes! Oh, Lord. It's... Only ATZ can fail the easiest Ocarina game.
I mean, ATZ forgets stuff from time to time. It happens.
The
routing is what... He saves the routing. He doesn't save the info.
Now, ATZ has been known to forget a few silly things, such as wrong medallions on temples. So
don't you mean turning in the fish?
Oh, and that too.
Yeah.
Although, we could applaud ATC for not using a notepad. This is not a tool-assisted run, confirmed.
Hey man, notepads make the world go round. Just save the trees, okay?
Didn't know ATC was so environmentally friendly.
I mean, you are trying. Go ahead.
How do you think Deku Tree is going to be loaded with bomb bag and perhaps something else? I imagine there's going to be some explosives in here.
There's going to be an item here. There's going to be something required here.
Do you have any comments on ATC's performance right now?
So back to MikeKatz, guys.
Yeah. I mean, we did say the left was a casual let's play of Ocarina Time.
We also said that ATZ does mess up sometimes. Sometimes it's more than others in this case.
Or this could be the ultimate BM. He knows he's ahead from that skull mask. So he's just messing up, giving MikeKatz a chance.
Trying to give him 20 minutes back, you know?
Yeah. God, I didn't know ATZ was such a rude dude. But there you go. Okay. ATZ, right. You can do this. The 6th note is right, okay? You've got this.
Yo, he's getting the same pattern as the, similar pattern to the first time he messed up.
Is this RNG manipulation?
No, wasn't RNG manipulated already?
That's a fair point. Come on, AC, you can do this.
Oh no!
But can he get the final note? Oh my God!
I don't know. I was like, do you see that other screen?
I did. Is it the Cursed Stone of Agony I see?
Oh boy. Do you believe my 1-minute call of all dungeons now?
I'm starting to believe it, since Stone of Agony was pretty much a freebie.
Slingshot, though. Hey.
That was the hardest hook shot.
What is this forest?
This forest is nuts. I like that he spammed Skull Mask. I think ATC knew. He was just hyping up the hook shot.
Did ATC make the seed, Kappa?
Maybe, I mean...
Collusion, he has the log.
Could you imagine a race where someone played risky and decided, I'm not doing Ocarina Memory Game, I'm not doing Skull Mask? The game would be over.
Day. Yeah. I just don't understand what's going on with this seed.
I don't want to know about this seed anymore. This seed is scaring me. I mean, perhaps this is a tell of things to come. Skull Mask, Ocarina Memory Game, some really bad checks. We have Stone of Agony. This could be a bad one, everyone.
So is he gonna go to Deku Tree?
I imagine you do Deku Tree now. Like, you just have to.
Okay, if he didn't do Deku Tree, where would you go? Like, you've done everything else here except for the target minigame, right? In the woods.
I mean, there's still adult CAC to do from ATZ's side, but he doesn't have explosives. He'd like to get explosives for Dodongo's Cavern, and then to move up to do a fightable check, perhaps check in Forest, see if anything's there. He has Minuet to even get in there.
Mm-hmm. Why are we not shaming this man? He just bought a shield. You're not supposed to do this without getting your free shield.
I can forgive ATC, but if he buys a Hylian shield, then there's going to be some very fierce words being said in the chat, I think.
Shame.
For shame. So besides the Stone of Agony, there's been, and the Slingshot actually, there hasn't been anything in Deku. Like anything major, unless there's something behind Target in Woods. There's nothing been major in here.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, there could be something on, technically there could be something on Goma.
I mean, there could be something on Goma still. The bow was the Windmill Heart piece. Alright. Goma looks pretty scary in black and white, I gotta say.
Yeah, so is this a sub 4 seed? This is the real question. I caught Dotso in chat, so I want to know what everyone thinks about sub 4 with this early of a stone.
Okay, you can handle that one. Alright, MikeKat's doing a very nice quick kill on Goma, having no issues whatsoever, and will be going ahead, most likely doing the Lost Woods check into the Saria song. And I hope he does Ocarina Memory Game for that hook shot, and hopefully he does it first try, because ATC lost quite a lot of time failing that twice, and it was quite late.
Goron Bracelet.
Alright, well, there you go.
How dare you say anything bad about the Deku Tree?
I'm ashamed of myself.
But nobody has bomb shoes yet.
No bomb shoes, no bomb bags, so all of those grottos, they're still locked away. Although,
or hammer.
And the hammer as well. But we missed a very important item, okay? The Zora tunic. What color could it be? I mean, it's a really nice starting color already. It's a nice pink. So I feel like you don't really want to swap.
No, you just wouldn't swap. You just carry fairies around and hope for the best. Don't drown, don't burn up.
I wonder what MikeKatz is going to be thinking about knowing Minuets and Sung Sung, because he knows ATZ heavily focuses Child, Zio was pretty early, so he might be thinking, crap, I just did Mido skip, and ATZ doesn't need to, because he's most likely going to have that Minuet.
So we have our early guesses that Zora Tunic's going to be gray.
Gray?
Yeah.
Well played.
Well played, chat.
Well played. I've been out-memed today. I never thought it possible.
It's early. You got time.
ATC picking up the Stone of Agony, dreading what could be coming from it.
So, I actually did not know that there was an extra stone behind the Deku Tree. So, it's been interesting that I've noticed at the last 2 races that people have been checking it. It's like, oh, nice. Add that to the tally of look at all these stones you can find in these locations.
It's really far out of the way, because you have to climb around the entire tower. Big Pose is not required this seed.
Oh, what a shame. The quick and easy check. By the way, that was put in Logic with Epona. We forgot about that one.
That one was in Logic.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a nice check. I imagine AZ is still going to check target in the woods after Deku Tree. I mean, why not, right? It's right there.
He's checked everything else in there.
Yeah.
Even if it took 5 minutes for some things.
Well, let's not mention the Ocarina Memory Game.
Memory of what?
Exactly. So, who wants to guess how many attempts MikeKatz is going to take? I'm gonna say 1. I'm confident in his play.
I'll say first try.
First try? Oof. Alright, we're pretty confident in MikeKatz. Do you think he's using a notepad, though? Is he being is this now a tool-assisted run with a notepad?
Could be. I mean, we'll see what happens.
He's playing them quite fast. He's confident. AC doing a very nice big on skip and getting the frame perfect jump slash to light the torch on that torch. It's really nice to do that because you don't have to push the block down, light the torch, climb up. It saves so much time.
But what if he dies now?
Now, I will say I doubt ATC will die, but I would also say I doubt ATC will take 3 checks on Ocarina game. So who knows? But no, I feel like ATC's got this easily. That's actually quite a rough song to remember. It's all over the place on MikeKat's side, whereas ATC got like The same 4 notes twice in a row.
Sometimes the hardest thing in life is the easiest, you know, and vice versa. In ATZ's case, it was the easiest things in life are hard. So we did catch that. Did you catch that hint that they had for bomb chews on Big Goron?
Bomb chews on Big Goron? I did, yes.
Would you go out of your way for bomb chews? If you got to a certain point in the seed?
I mean, we have the Pocket Cuckoo. If we find Giant Swallow to unfold King Zora, anything's possible. 15 minutes for bomb chews, you know?
Yeah, it's worth it.
I think it's worth it.
Yeah.
AZ picking up strength, and we'll be heading off. And now, the nice thing about strength is they can do a little bit of DC. So perhaps explosives are hiding in there now. And AC can do Adult Cat, go into Dodongos, and make that route a bit more efficient, whereas MikeKatz will have to go through it again. Though they have Nocturne, they don't have to run twice.
How many checks can you do in Dodongos with just
4?
You can do 4?
Mm-hmm. Because you can go up to Bomb Bag, then the rest requires explosives.
Yeah. I think it's worth the check.
Dodongos is required. It is a required medallion, so... And you can lower the tower anyway.
Once you lower it, you can do it as a kid, and it doesn't matter at that point.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Alright, MikeKatz will be kicking off his Song of Time. A to Z is going to be checking this one off check, because he is right here.
He must not have had this written down in the log.
Oof.
Big oof.
That's a big oof. So it's actually quite interesting now, because now both runners are sort of syncing up. A to Z needs to be doing Adult Cack, I imagine. Do you think he'll be going Gerudo Valley, actually? Any of these runners? Or do you think they're just going to be heading straight off?
They have to. They don't have a bomb bag. Yeah, I mean, at this point, you're trying to... Why would you not... Let me rephrase this. Why would you avoid easy checks that don't require items?
I mean, in ATC's case, there's Adult Cack. There's like 7 there you can do.
The other thing is...
Source Ray Fountain is on Way of the Hero.
Ooh.
They just need a bomb bag or scale to gain access to that. Well, no, they would still need explosives to blow up the thing, to be fair.
So here's the other thing about, I really want him to go to freaking Lake Hylia, okay?
Lake Hylia?
Yeah, I was like, look, because I'm a big fan of getting Pierre early, because, man, that boy is not nice.
Sometimes he can be a real pain. I mean, whenever I do races, I prefer the Gerudo Valley route just to get Scarecrow out of the way. I am too nervous in leaving him behind. Especially when you don't get Serenade.
Yeah, absolutely. Because then it just makes it longer. The longer you prolong it, the longer that you have to deal with.
And they do have the hook shot, so anything related to Scarecrow is now possible.
Except for, what is it, that very niche check of Shadow Temple?
That's a very useful hint for MikeKatz. Although, here's the annoying part. Hyrule Castle Gone Away the Hero, that could be referring to ZL, but it could be referring to the letter for Hover Boots, so it's not really that useful.
What was the hint? I didn't catch it.
Hyrule Castle Garden Way of the Hero. But that could be referring to the 3 songs, ZL itself, and Saria's song and Malon, because you need Zelda's letter for that, and it does count that. So it's really quite a kind of a bad clue, even though it could be referring to Skull Mask.
Yeah, I'd be keeping an eye on the back burner.
MikeKatz is actually going to be doing the spinning pot with strength. This is one of the most annoying things to do if you're going on for it.
My issue is he's checking. I mean, if it gives him bomb bag, that's great. Because I'd hate to have to come back here as a kid. Because you need bomb bag for the big Goron.
It's some important checks. 40 skulls is nothing. 50 skulls is nothing. So you don't have to worry about those 2 big ones. And Kokiri Sword is in bottom of the well.
Kokiri only opens up one thing per tournament settings, correct? And that would be child fishing. Okay.
Now, I want you to give me your opinion. Hylian Shield being bought by A to Z. What are your thoughts?
How much did he spend for it? Like 55?
65, 60. I'm not sure what the discount is.
Is the number random? I swear that number's random sometimes.
MikeKatz getting the spinning pot on first try. Very nice. And let's see if he is rewarded. He's rewarded with some arrows. So unfortunately not paying off.
Can we get the Stotso man out of our chat? I think he's being very degenerate about buying shields.
The discount is random. I was not aware of that.
Yeah, I think it's between like 40 and like 65 or something like that. Between 45 and 75. I'm always degenerate. Got him. Dogs, please.
Aw, cute doggos. Oh, this is actually a useful check for MikeKatz. There's a trail chest. And you can't do this as an adult because the bomb isn't there. You can actually make this. Although barely. Although, at this point, would you be doing this or would you rather be doing Guru Valley? I want
to know, is it logic?
I believe this is in logic for the tournament settings.
Because I don't think I've ever seen anybody do this. I was like, there's no way.
I mean, I'm not sure on this play. I mean, if it works out, that's great. But there's Forest Temple you can still do. You have the hookshot and the bow.
Yo, he got bomb shoes. It doesn't matter. Who cares?
Okay, who cares? I'm wrong.
Who cares? Screw logic. We got bomb shoes. There's an option for this in 3.0? Neat.
Yeah, there is an option. And he got the bomb shoes for it, so well played. It pays off actually quite huge.
How many bomb shoes did we see?
That's true. It could be. It's most likely going to be 10, but there is a pack of 5 and a pack of 20. If it's the 20, you don't really care about bomb bag for quite a while. If it's 5, you're going to have to be safe scumming them and being very selective on the checks you do.
You know, if it's
the
5, if it was 5, I think you just go ahead and do the dongos.
I would. Here's what I would do, actually. I would open up Zora's River, because you know that's Way of the Hero. The fountain. You can hand in the letter, you can hand in... You can do all of that.
Hold on, let me make sure this math adds up real quick. I'm going to count this. 1, 2, 3... Yeah, you can do Dodongos, and per having strength, you can do all 5. You can do 4 bombs for Dodongos and 1 for River.
Yeah. You need 4 for Dodongos and 1 for River. Yep, that's correct.
So yeah, that's exactly what I'd do with 5.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do both Fountain and DC.
Alright. MikeKatz doing the ever so lovely chickens, but will be disappointed in the result. Whilst AZ is going to be doing Dampe and gets knocked the hell out by that fire.
I mean, hey man, fire's hard to dodge, especially when it's falling from the sky.
Oh, that's a really nasty snipe. Dampe putting it in front of the spot where you can just jump slash up.
I actually have the hardest time with that jump slash. I just don't even go for it. I'm just like, nah, it's not worth it. You get turned around if you do it wrong, you know?
And then you just waste so much time. Despite getting hit twice, it's a really nice time for 52 seconds. Okay.
What's the play here? Is he playing Song and he's going to just go to the Dongos?
I imagine he's going to be doing Dodongos with the strength. And then after that, if he finds nothing, perhaps Forest Temple, he has the hook shot. He's about to find the bow, and he can do quite a few checks in there. It is a medallion. It's the Forest Medallion, in fact, so they have to do those checks anyway. And because they have Minuet, they can just quickly go back there anyway. It's not like a huge time loss to just dip in and come out.
It's going to be interesting, because I'm hoping they find explosives. Like, they're due to find explosives. I just don't know.
Getting explosives late is really awkward because you're going to be running past so many grottos and the fairy fountains, and you just have to come back to all of them. Whereas MikeKatz, when did a nice trick of his strength that ADC did not do and found bomb shoots for it. So MikeKatz could be gaining quite a bit of time depending on how those bomb shoots play out.
The other thing is, what was I looking at? Oh, so in potentially, of course, this is not that case. There are chances that you could have a bombless seed, isn't there? Is there a setup where you could have a bombless seed?
It's possible.
You could not have fire. You'd have to have not fire, not Jabu, and what?
The only ones you specifically need it for are Shadow, Spirit. because you need to blow up a wall in Shadow to proceed, and Spirit to access the mirrors and the Dongos.
And the Dongos, yeah.
Although you could, are we counting Hammer here or no explosives?
I'd say no explosives. I was curious if there's ever possible to be a seed where you just can't check grottos.
Because you could use Strength and Hammer for the Dongos, and not explosives, if you're counting that.
Don't you need an explosive to go into the Dongos boss fight?
You can use the hammer to break the roof up top. Though in the logic, you would need explosives.
Still need explosive for the eyes.
Oh, that is true, for the eyes, yes, of course. So yeah, you'd still need explosives for that. So you can't do the Dongos. Can't do the Dongos, you can't do Shadow, you can't do Spirit. But that remains 5 dungeons. You start with a medallion. You could actually have a bomb bagless seed. It'd be pretty rare, I imagine, but I suppose it's possible.
It requires a very specific set of rules to like just happen.
So as you see, grabbing the Sun Song, and it's going to be checking some hints. Kakariko Village, Way of the Hero. But that's most likely either referring to Din's Fire, which was found at Man on Roof, or the Nocturne song. And how likely would it be Nocturne? Forest, Fire, and Spirit. I don't think it's going to be Nocturne. It's most likely referring to Din's Fire. And it is required anyway for Shadow. MikeKat's actually going to go for some hints in the Hyrule Castle Ferry. Oh! Did you just see that hint?
I did not. What was it?
All dungeons could be a thing. Song of Storms, Ocarina of Time.
Song of Storms, Ocarina of Time. So that's what? 2 grottos?
And the bottom of the well.
Frogs and bottom of the well.
It's possible. Now that's actually a really nice one to get, because unless... And MikeKatz knows, explosives are kind of bad. So maybe AZ is going to get that quite late and not realize, I should have been doing these stone dungeons. Because he's not going to be going to Hyrule Castle Ferry unless he has explosives, so he won't be grabbing that hint, I imagine.
So let's see, he's got strength upgrade on the left. We got strength and bow. He can full clear, correct?
He can full clear, yes.
And it's I mean, it gets you a song. It gets you a song, it gets you Forest Medallion.
And there's a ton of checks here as well. Although,
yeah,
4 hearts against the Stalfos, if they just jump slash you, you just half your health is gone.
2, right?
It's 2 damage, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, MikeKat's getting the heck out of here. Alright.
MikeKatz is going... What's he doing with that?
30 skulls is also not required, so this is going to be a very light seed on Sculptureless.
Light seed on skulls? I mean, there could be something on 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So I mean,
the really nice thing about getting Nocturne and Sunsong. You could just do this. You Sunsong in an open area, let it turn night, get Dampe Digging done. And he's going to be getting Keaton Mask done as well.
Sora's Fountain Fairies on the way of the hero?
I imagine he's going to be heading straight there after this. Maybe he'll confirm Skull Mask, but he can get that done right now.
Yeah, I mean, he has the bomb shoes, so yeah, he has no reason not to.
And Zora's River is definitely one of the best places to use bomb shoes. 1 bomb gets you so many checks.
It gets you 3 going up, it gets you 2 inside domain.
And he has Ruto's Letter. That's the Zora's Fairy Fountain, which is Way of the Hero. And if you really want to be crazy, there is the Jabu check. For
the 1 check Jabu?
The 1 check Jabu. And the thing is, Jabu's a stone. I don't think you go for that. Unless you think all dungeons and Song of Storms, he knows it is there. If he's crazy and assumes all dungeons, he might actually do it.
Okay, here's an idea. If you had the slightest reason to believe it was all dungeon, and you did that 1 check, it's not the worst place to do 1 check because it gets Ruto upstairs.
Yes, it's not that bad. I would always do it if it's a medallion. So if you're assuming all dungeons, I would do it anyway.
For all we know, okay, this is what could give you a big hint. What if he gets Boomerang on the Zora's River?
Then
on the Zora's yeah, you know what I meant, the ferry. Yeah. I was like, oh geez.
I mean, that's probably the best place you could get it. Is you're right there.
I mean, there's nothing else that Boomerang could be.
No, it's
require,
only for Jabu.
Right? It's only Jabu. But at that point, I'd also tell him it was all dungeons without knowing it was all dungeons previously.
I mean, here's the thing though. say you get Boomerang there, you jab it, and you find nothing. You know it's all dungeons because
You know it's all
the
dungeons.
only thing it could be referring to.
Yeah.
So. I imagine the play from here is ATC. He's going to be finishing Forest Temple. He might find an item in here and proceed. Otherwise, he might do Bolero, check Fire. Whereas MikeKatz is going to be doing his Child checks or his River. So
Nobody has the Fire Tunic, correct?
nobody does. In fact, ATC is an adult and hasn't shown us the Zora Tunic color. I'm appalled. I'm deeply appalled.
I mean, with as low as his heart counts have been, he's probably going to have to use it at some point.
That's true. Oh, Hover Boots is going to be coming in handy.
Dude, he had every opportunity, by the way, to do the equip that tunic. There it is.
It's a slightly lighter pink. Thank you, ATC. Thank you for
knew.
sharing us the knowledge.
He heard. Dude, can we check to see if he's in stream, by the way?
Yeah, is ATC in stream?
Is he in stream?
Oh, that poor Hans. He was just staying there. And just gets absolutely annihilated. Now, MikeKatz is going to be doing the sculptures. I don't think ATC did the child skulls here.
He did not.
He just went straight past it.
He grabbed the quick one with the pot, and that was it.
Yeah. Though it's only 10 and 20 are required, so it's not a huge deal.
Well, and also at the time when ATZ was here, he only had sticks.
Mm-hmm, true.
So he was working on stick economy more than anything. Uh-oh, we're doing a Keaton mask. I think he might know.
I think he's just going to do Skull Mask just in case, because whilst sure it's 3 songs, it could very well be for Skull Mask, and it's the right thing to do. You're going to need Hover Boots in this run.
Yeah.
ATC hearing commentary 10 minutes in the future. I mean, who knows?
Okay. Have you ever done this? I mean, it's weird. It's probably since he already did the backwards. Since he already went down and killed the hand for his drop. Have you ever used ground jump on the second block to just skip pushing it after you push it to the halfway point?
I have, yes, because with Hover Boots you can make it.
You can make it, yeah.
I wonder if they'll do that. It's not much of a time save, but I mean they don't have bomb bag anyway. They can't do it. But you could do it if you had the bomb bag in this case.
I was like, does it actually save anything? Because I've done it, and I'm just like, I don't like sitting here pushing. I'd rather do a trick and be like, hey, look at me, I can climb things.
Forest Temple, man, Forest Temple had such good potential. It's honestly could have been my favorite dungeon if it didn't have the dumb block puzzle, honestly.
30 skulls is dead.
Yes,
30, 40, and 50.
Yeah, you only need 20 skulls, potentially, for this seed.
Forever Boned, talking about after you've pushed it so you don't wall clip instead.
Yeah.
They'd be in the open.
Yeah, we were talking about doing it right here.
Right here.
Hover Boots to there. But if you did it whilst it was in the corridor, then yeah, that's a clip, and that would not be allowed.
Trust me, if we could just clip in this one dungeon.
If you could just clip, this dungeon would be so much faster.
Yeah, well, when do we include clips in accessible?
Yeah, that's totally accessible. We could call it clip-accessible. I don't know. Make a catchy name.
I like it. Rolls right off the tongue.
Exactly. So MikeKatz is not doing Zora's River. What do you think about this?
Why would you not?
He knows his way the hero.
Is he trying to play it logically? Because that might hurt him.
He could be playing it logically. He could be assuming it's all dungeons and wants to find the boomerang first. But I don't know. You're gonna find the bomb bag at some point. You have to. Like, in the first hour and a half, likely. And then you would just go straight to Zora's River anyway. Maybe he's hoping to find Silver Scale?
I don't like holding on to Rudo's letter.
I mean, if he finds the scale, then Skull Mask into Zora's would be good.
Yeah.
Though he can play Nocturne to get there anyway. So yeah, no, this makes more sense. He doesn't have Prelude. He's going to be grabbing the Skull Mask, do Zora's River, and then he might hand in Skull Mask afterwards.
Okay, yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
I was just like, dude, is this guy nuts? No, he's actually just smarter than the commentators.
Yeah. We're not in the tournament. We're done.
We're not. This is why we're sitting here commentating, and he's playing right now, guys.
Oh, that poor Redpo. Just getting destroyed in the corner. He had no chance.
What strat do you use for killing the pose in here?
I use the hookshot strat, but if I have big Goron, I will use Deku Nuts instead.
Okay.
But what I tend to do, because the first hookshot, let's say you get the first hookshot and you fail it completely, that still eliminates one Deku Nut. You can do it in 2 Deku Nuts. So
True.
it saves a bit of time regardless.
A lot of times I'll use so many Deku Nuts here, I'll actually refill right before I do Meg. Because I expect to have to do Jabu.
Oh, that's true. Goddamn Jabu.
Yeah, both places are really good with nuts. Well, I mean, except for November. It is no nut November, remember?
That's true. These people failing the challenge. Anyway.
They made it halfway through.
They made it halfway through. Good on them.
Oh no, he's gonna lose the Cuckoo. He's done. It's over.
It's over. Oh, goodbye, Cuckoo. Oh, he's lost forever.
So he has to leave and come back. Well, no. Can he? He can make the jump, right? He
can make the jump from here. And the Cuckoo might have gone up to the platform. He's just sitting around. It might be a bit wet, and no one likes a wet Cuckoo. But hopefully he'll be fine.
Okay, we're living. The dream's alive. It's okay, guys.
All right, Cuckoo's alive. Cuckoo's alive. No one call the RSPCA. There will be no Cuckoo abuse in this stream.
Yeah, just close your eyes, guys. It didn't happen. I forgot there's 3 stones to check up on this way too.
Yep, there are 3 stones, so you'll be getting a lot of information.
3 stones.
Actually, no, 4 stones. 5 stones actually. 1 here,
there?
1 at the waterfall, 1
2.
at Sora, 2 in the domain itself outside.
Yeah. Miss
That's
count.
a lot of info.
I passed kindergarten, guys. I'm just letting you know. I can count.
1, 2, 3, 5. That's how it works, I think.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 5. That's how you
Going
count.
for the quick shot. Doesn't make it. That's a really hard shot to make. I've never been able to pull that off.
Has anybody checked Grotto Stone, by the way?
No, I don't believe so. But MikeKatz will be doing it because they haven't had any explosives.
Ah, yeah. Check it.
MikeKatz,
Check it. Check it.
Perhaps he has then, and we missed it. I prefer to believe that he checks it and hasn't forgotten.
Yeah. They said chat thinks he has.
Yeah. Alright, what do we got on this one?
Ocarina of Time teaches Rain Dance.
That's a lot easier one to get. So I feel like ATC will be picking that up when he does Sora's River. Ooh, fish in a bottle. Jabu.
We got 3 bottles.
3 bottles first hour. Bottle 100%. Let's go.
Is it day or night? Do we have a day or night cycle on Mike?
Hold on.
It's night.
Sculpture's there. It's night. The sculpture's
It's
there.
night. Hold on. It's a skull here.
Is it? We're gonna have to be watching for sculptures in MikeKatz. We just can't tell. And this is the second fun part for us, having to do this wonderful puzzle.
It's not that bad.
It's definitely better than the first one.
It's worse if you miss it on the first timer. Then it's bad. Because then it flips.
I have never failed it, so I didn't know that.
I haven't. I failed it once since I started Rando, and that was like when I first started. I was like, "How do you do this again?"
Alright, I can forgive that if it's your first time Rando. Sometimes you just forget.
Well, so for the longest time, like until after I started playing Rando, right?
Mm-hmm.
I thought that the 5th block was required. I thought I thought it had to go on the left side, and it counted as their torch. It was like, oh yeah, it's got to go on the left side. So I'd waste all that time pushing a block I didn't need.
I mean, I don't blame you. I mean, you skipped the number 4 earlier, so you're skipping the amount of squares, the cubes you need.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 5.
1, 2, 3, 5.
Alright, so MikeKatz will be finishing up Zora's Domain, doing diving game. It's actually a pretty nice trick you can do. You can do the diving game and the domain run at the same time, but you have to get a little lucky depending on where the rupees are placed.
House of the Dead hoards love.
Oh, and I hoard a lot of love for House of the Dead. Shadow Temple's great.
Pass.
You don't like Shadow Temple?
Hard pass.
Oh, MikeKatz does have money. He's gonna have to climb all of that again.
Yeah, I mean, on the bright side, there are bloopies here right outside the shop.
Yeah, there's a 5 rupee, so you can just go in and out a few times.
The only thing he's gonna get lucky though if he wants to do that in one swoop.
You have to get a little bit lucky. It doesn't happen often, but it's possible, and you have about a couple seconds to spare.
Generally you get about 20 after opening the chest. Is what I get. I don't know if that's for everybody. That's with bad movement. So if you get good movement, you might have 25. Did you catch last night's race?
I did not. I was playing a very fun seed where I had to 100% looking for Rosetta and Boomerang.
Okay, so what happened was, I think one of the runners. Okay, this is. I don't think you can do it. This is not it. This is not it.
You do not go for it on this one. This is easily 4 dives.
So what happened last night was he ran down with a lit torch, correct? And he opened the chest with 20 seconds left, and it was a freeze from Ganon.
That's amazing.
He missed picking up the last rupee while diving down for it because timer ran out.
Wow, I never thought that could happen. I'm never picking up the chest now. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
that is a huge troll.
You can pick it up after. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter too much.
It's more important that you... Yeah, I learned something. I was like, yo, screw this chest. Don't need it.
Alright, let's see how ADC does on Phantom Ganon. Forest Temple has actually been fairly empty. I mean, it's still required to do.
It's required.
Yes, it's required. Even if there's nothing here, you're not wasting time. You have to do this anyway.
You get a song.
Yeah. Like, the only way you could make this faster is if you had FW and magic.
Okay, here's the time. We're going to check our two... What is he doing? Oh, he wants to do the fish at the same time.
He's going to go in Jabu. I think he's thinking all dungeons. Oh, he forgot the domain run.
He should grab a fish while he's down here.
He may as well. Open up for Jabu. Come on, MikeKatz. Do the 1 check in Jabu.
That's a... I mean, how he's routed already, I don't... Look, if you're bold enough, if you're bold and brash and would go for, a 1 attempt on the treasure chest minigame, I think you should go in for 1 check for Jabu.
I so hope that MikeKatz got it. And sometimes, let's say you get that 1 in 32 and get lucky, then maybe there's some really good item there, and then you pretty much just win the seed automatically if Lens of Truth is really late.
Yo, I'm glad that emote exists, by the way.
Ah, that's a very interesting way to do it. Sunsong Reset. That does make a lot of sense, actually. I've never thought about doing this. I'm going to be doing this from now on. Rather than climbing the entire thing up, you can just Sunsong back to the entrance.
Whoa. Big brain. What?
Yeah.
Is that what he... Okay. So that's similar to what you do when you enter the forest. Lost
for the Deku
Woods,
Salesman.
For the Deku Salesman. So that makes sense. I never thought about that.
It's going to be doing the Fairy Fountain because it is Way of the Hero. So this is 100% required to do. ATT has not found explosives, and these bomb shoes that MikeKatz got is paying off big. Like, easily. You know what the best part is? MikeKatz could run into a bomb bag with these bomb shoes, and ATT could still be looking for it.
It's true. Lon Lon Ranch? What was in Lon Lon Ranch?
Lon Lon Ranch had... Minuet. I believe. No, not Minuets. I didn't write that one down.
Had Nocturne.
Ooh.
It had Nocturne.
Oh, Nocturne. Yes, Nocturne. I knew it was one warp song. So it's not really that helpful.
If this is Boomerang, dude, I swear.
Please do Boomerang.
Hammer!
Well, there you go.
Hammer time.
And you know what's great? MikeKatz doesn't need bombs. He's got the hammer. ADZ has no explosives. In fact, ADZ is going to be doing these heart pieces and the open grotto chest, and he's going to be very disappointed. There's nothing here.
Keep in mind, you did need bombs to get it, though.
You did need explosives to get that hammer. So it's unlikely a bomb bag will be in the Fire Temple unless you could proceed without it, for example. MikeKatz is going for it.
So where would bomb bags be?
Gerudo Valley. I think it's there.
Nobody's touched Gerudo Valley.
Nobody has touched Gerudo Valley. There's 2 free checks. Oh boy, MikeKatz, you're completely
And
insane.
nobody's done the Dongas yet either, right?
Nobody has done the Dongos. You are correct, and
It's
they
one of
can.
the, I think it's one of the two. I think it's one of the two.
I mean, he could be thinking 10 skulls as well. That's why he might be
10
coming
or
here.
20.
Yeah, there's a lot of skulls here. But if it's not skulls and there's nothing here, ATZ will have to come back later for potentially doing Ice Cavern. So he just learned that it could potentially be all dungeons now, since that was the second hint for the Ocarina of Time check.
The other thing is, Ice Cavern could have bombs.
But how can he get in there? He needs to hand in Rudo's letter.
True. You can't turn in Rudo's letter without bombs or scale. Which in theory, they could find scale. There could be... For all you know, there could not be bombs on either of the 2 places we have been looking for, and it could be a scale.
You need the scale to hand in the letter to get Bomb Bag and Ice Cavern.
Wouldn't that be terrible?
Could happen. That would be awful. But that is possible.
Where were choose where the bombable wall up near
Death Mountain Trail.
Death Mountain Trail.
MikeKatz used strength to pull out the bomb flower and went straight to it and found bomb chooser in there. A to Z did not do that.
Because it's a scary move. Come on.
It's a scary move. And he didn't do spinning pot, so he didn't do the Death Mountain Trail. And honestly, I don't blame people for not doing spinning pot with strength only. It's a pain in the ass to do sometimes. Serenade's quite nice though.
Serenade's nice. I preferred earlier in the seed. I preferred later, which it's still pretty early, of course. It's good for it's a kid prelude.
Okay, Jabu. Who thinks Jabu has something? The first check Jabu. Could it be the legendary Jabu boomerang?
Chat, I don't even want to touch this one. Like I'm for memes, but I think this is just dumb.
This is a step too far. This is cruel. Stone Jabu first check being required. That's just no. That's not. That's one of the worst possible things that could happen. But MikeKatz is banking on all dungeons and could pay off. Let's see. No, just a huge.
He's rich.
He's rich, but he's not rich in items.
That's the issue.
Now, AZ is going to be doing Dodongos now. At least what he can do in it. So besides Dodongo's Cavern, what else is available for AZZ? Is the Gerudo Valley, there's 2 checks
Gerudo Valley.
GTG, he has Hookshot Bow. There's quite a lot of checks he can do in there. Horseback Archery.
Yeah.
There's Requiem, if he might get that for, say, Saria's song or something like that.
Here's one for you. Nobody's been to Hylia yet.
Yes, I mean, yeah, that's true. You might need to get Scarecrow to get Bomb Bag at top of like Hylia Lab or Adult Fishing. That is entirely possible.
What is it?
It could very well be Water Temple as well. They have the Iron Boots, the Zeo, and the Hookshot. Although MikeKatz is the one that has the Iron Boots, not ATZ.
Yeah. Where were Iron Boots again?
I believe it was an adult check he got very early. It was the Link the Goron.
Link. Oh boy. Requiem is serious and bombs are Daronia. Can you not?
Requiem Saris? Oh my god, that's just awful. Alright, A to Z, could you get some explosives, please? Those are Deku Nuts. That's the wrong kind of thing you need.
I mean, it's part of quick explosives for bombs use, but otherwise it's not very good.
Oh, MikeKatz doing Skull Mask. He's going to be so happy to find the hover boots here. So, who do you think is leading right now? I think I would give it to MikeKatz purely just because of finding those bomb shoes. He's getting so many nice checks out of the way more efficiently. Whereas AZ is going Zora's River for 3 checks, finding nothing. He's going to be doing DC, and if there's nothing here, MikeKatz can clean this all up at once.
Let's see. Well, I think because of the item standpoint, because he is just getting ready to pick up hovers, he has hammer, which is required for a dungeon. He may be behind one medallion.
He is behind a medallion, yes.
But I think the potential that he pulls with what he has is further.
I'll give it to MikeKatz.
I feel like what MikeKatz has checked goes further than...
Unless there's a bomb bag in DC, like vanilla bomb bag. If that's the case, I would tie these two, honestly.
Do you tie it? Well, here's the thing. If he finds bomb bag here, that puts him up 3 medallions to the 1 medallion showing. And that's just showing standpoint. It doesn't say that, you know, oh, one has hammer, he can clearly go do a medallion, and so it's an interesting spot because I think it's hard
to do them.
Yeah, I think it's hard to say until he leaves Dodongos what's going on.
After that, then we can make a much more clear idea of what's going on.
You see these 6 shield turns, though?
Oof. Marvelous. Okay, vanilla bomb bag. AZ is hoping it is there. Because if it's not, he's going to do Link the Goron, find Iron Boots, potentially Death Mountain Trail for those checks, but otherwise...
Is he using a bomb flower for a jump?
Yeah, you can ground jump up to the bomb bag in that position.
Neat. The more you know.
The unfortunate thing is you have to pull it off. Okay, vanilla bomb bag. Will the seeds show mercy to ATZ? No. So he's gonna put down the platform and get the hell out of here and continue on with Goron City. Whereas MikeKatz is just cleaning up his grottos pretty much as a child. He's cleaning up his Lost Woods pretty much.
MikeKatz can come here and he can go 1 check further.
Yes.
Due to hammer.
He can do all of the Dongos.
We'll go on the assumption that he doesn't have... Like, if we just say loosely he doesn't have those bomb shoes left. Which he does, of course.
He has 5 bomb shoes.
But logically, he can do 1 more check further.
No, because he can use the hammer on the walls. He can save quite a few bomb shoes.
That's what I meant. He can logically go 1 further because he can do everything with the hammer up until that last wall. After that last wall.
Though he is out of logic right now, technically, because he used bomb shoes to get that hammer.
Logic doesn't matter as long as you win.
That's true. I'm thinking Gerudo Valley, honestly. And you know what's really nice? MikeKatz is going to be doing all of these South Grotto checks, I imagine. Like the Forest Grotto, right? MikeKatz, this is the part where you don't prove me wrong and make me feel smart about myself. MikeKatz. Ah, god damn it.
He's not going to check? I mean, here's the thing. Actually, I have nothing for this. I was like, here's the thing. No, I don't know.
Did he forget that check, or has he already done it? I may have missed it.
I don't think he's done it. Okay, we got Iron Boots for
Iron Boots. Oh, he
What's
never did this.
He didn't. It was nothing,
because he went straight to the castle. It was nothing. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, this bomb is an annoyance to explode sometimes.
Just shoot it more. It will work.
Oh. ATC could never have gotten those bomb shoes in the first place. Because those rocks were still there. MikeKatz doing his adult route early managed to blow those up, and that's why he could do Spinning Pot, and that's why he could do the Death Mountain Trail chest. That's actually a very small detail that's paying off.
Okay, right. ATC is 100% going into fire here.
Yes, 100%.
Like, he knows it's required. He's going to get his song. Is it Epona?
It is Epona, yes.
Okay, I was just like, I couldn't remember what it was. But yeah, he's gonna go as deep as he can right now in the fire. Do you think he gets keys? Or do you think he gets ATC?
Do you think he'll be locked by the Megaton Hammer? Is what do you mean?
Yeah, that's what I should rephrase to. Is
I don't know. There's just, unless it's Gerudo Valley, like MikeKatz, these are the 2 checks that ATZ is probably fearing bomb bag might be here. Stick upgrade, that would have been quite useful for early child. You would not have to worry about sticks of those.
Two
It
checks,
could very
two
well be
keys, peace
Scarecrow
out.
checks as well. They have the hook shot.
Yeah, it's true. It is explosive locked. Fires.
Not really what you're looking for. Power Castle going away the hero. We've seen that quite a few times, actually. Have we seen that more than 3 times? Either that was the 3rd one, or the...
I can't confirm.
Yeah, I feel like that was the 3rd one we've seen. Okay. Is the bomb bag here? Because we're running out of checks on where it could be. This was actually quite funny. So if you did Gerudo Valley, you would have had 26 in a Deku Shield. You would not have needed to buy Deku Shield. Never buy them. Just don't buy your shields.
Dude, always buy shields. Come on, man. Don't you know?
Nah, I'm on team never buy.
Every time I buy, I learn that I shouldn't buy, and vice versa.
It's always the way.
Like, okay. Did he check both, or did he only check the?
He checked both. There was nothing in Gerudo Valley. Just
Okay.
26 in the shield.
I literally looked down. And I was like, okay, yeah, he's going down the waterfall.
I like ATC's play here because Dragon Smasher's always found. We already knew that was there from Way of the Hero. But I like that he's doing GGG now, because if he went back and did Gerudo Valley, let's assume he didn't know anything was there. If there's nothing there, you are wasting so much time, because your opponent probably's done it already at that point. Though you will be able to confirm Scarecrow for like Hylia, but really that's all you really need it for.
Oh, he also... Here, sorry to interrupt you. A big epiphany here.
Mm-hmm.
He does. I was thinking he was going to need Scarecrow to go to GTG, because that's a missed check.
He has
But
the
he's
whole
got
boost for that.
hovers. Yeah.
Yes. And he can do horseback archery, the hovers, quite a bit in GTG. He can even do the toilet.
You know what he can't do, though?
What can't he do?
These rocks here.
Ah, they're going to taunt him.
Is Spirit required? Spirit... You cross the wasteland. He has hovers.
Mm-hmm. It's perfectly allowed. Now, here's the funny thing, right? MikeKatz with that Bombshell Megaton Hammer, when he goes to GGG, he can do those rocks immediately. If something's there, he's just gaining time because of those bomb shoes.
Yeah, true. But if nothing's there, nothing's hurt, of course.
Yeah, nothing's hurt, yes.
We don't... Here's a thought. We have... How many songs do we have? Do we have even songs? Are we evened up on songs?
We are, yeah. Serenade was...
on Prelude, yep.
Yes, that's the only one.
So here's a prediction.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't seen Spirit Temple song. I think it's vanilla, and then Child Side has something.
It's possible.
Yo, look at that bot shield.
Unbelievable. These two players have bought shields. What is going on? I'm ashamed at these two.
Do they deserve to be in the bracket?
I don't know. I mean, I don't buy shields, but I'm not in the tournament, so maybe this is what you're supposed to do.
This is what you're supposed to do. Guys, learn from your top runners here.
Always buy shields. Now, this is a really fun little trick to kill these guards. It just seems so weird, just bashing in the wall.
I had the hugest mental block trying to learn how to do this.
It's a really simple trick, it's just so funny every time you do it. Although when you don't have hookshot doing these, you just forget everything. Like, you go to the torch and realize, wait a minute, I've got to do this normally now.
I don't mind doing it normally if I have big Gorons. You can just chase him down.
Can I tell you a story a few seeds ago? I never bought a shield, and I didn't get a shield 2 hours in. I had to do GTG without a hookshot or a shield, so I had to jump slash the guards, which is quite fun. I had no Deku Nuts as well. It was a painful experience I never wish to go back to.
Yeah, I've done that. It's not fun.
Right, go ahead.
Here's a story for you. You ever try to... I learned to not use the hook shot to stun the guards, by the way.
Because they just flip all over the place.
No. So specifically, here's the thing that happened. So you know the last guard in the last room where you're supposed to shoot past the box and shoot her to stun her? So I hit the box, and because it made me climb, even though I didn't climb and I dropped down immediately, she saw me.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's real
And that's the
wild.
worst one to get caught on, because you have to climb up all over again.
Yep.
So HC is the only one making real progress. MikeKatz has the hammer over ATC. He's done the River Domain over him. Also, ATC has Forest Temple, which is what MikeKatz is doing now. So we'll see if GTG holds anything.
Bomb bag. What do
Bomb
you do?
bag.
Do you leave?
You keep going.
Yeah. I was like, wait a sec. Bomb bag, what do you do? I forgot what to do with bomb bag because you normally get an hour and 30 minutes in.
It's not an awful bomb bag, honestly. I mean, you don't want to come to GTG without one, but I've seen worse, but it's not.
At least you're not leaving GTG without one.
Yeah, that would be awful. And now ATC is probably super relieved. It's like, okay, probably not Gerudo value now. That's like one of the last few things on his mind at this point.
Oh, okay. Who's in the lead now? Does things change? Or are they even?
That's hard to call. I think even, because if ATC, let's say he finds the boomerang, he can go climb Zora's River and do all of that at once if he thinks it's all dungeons. Like, anything's possible. It's very up in the air. Whilst MikeKatz has an item lead, he still needs to do Forest Temple, and is going to spend about 12 minutes in here, whilst A to Z is going to be doing GTG. And this is something MikeKatz hasn't done, and might be doing later.
I think it's just... Well, let's see. I want to... Dude, I mean, here's the thing. He could have something pay off in GTG.
He could do most of the checks. The only thing he needs to fully clear it is the Silver Gauntlets.
Which could also be in here.
It could be in GTG, and you need Silvers to do Spirit Temple.
And of course, we're going to check Horse Archery first.
Oh, I love Horseback Archery.
1500 sketches me out, but you know.
I like it because I know I'll never be as good as some runners who can just machine gun fire the bow into the 100 points and finish it in 5 seconds.
Yeah, I've tried that, and then I'm like, man, maybe I should just baby pots all my life.
I don't like doing the pots. Now, this is a really nice trick to do, although MikeKatz is having a bit of trouble doing it, because you can just basically do Broken Sword setup and just hook shot up. You don't have to worry about the Song of Time block or climbing vines. With the sculptures, you can just do this. Ooh. A to Z slowing down a little bit, not so confident.
So,
fails the 1000.
Do we want to start? Can we get a bot made real quick for a number of things that can
we need to track it
in a run?
Do we need a replacement?
Yeah. So hold on. He messed up song
Ocarina.
memory game 3 times, right?
Mm-hmm.
Archery, horse archery's once. How many times on first archery for slingshot archery? Was it 2 or 3?
They both failed once.
Okay.
So what episode in the Let's Play do you think we're at right now? Episode 20? Episode 25?
No, see, Let's Plays are generally about 10 minutes, so he'd be on episod 9. I was like, let's be polite with the 10 minutes instead of 15, because I don't think he's made it that far.
Okay, I've never had to do this chest like this before. This is quite funny, actually. I've never thought about doing world chests like this. It makes perfect sense. You don't have to lower the water, go down.
Yeah, I was like, wait, he doesn't have to, does he? And I was like, oh, wait, it probably just saves cutscene.
Yeah, it saves the cutscene and everything. Alright, so A to Z doing a lot better on the 1500, doing some baby pots.
Do you blame him?
No, I do not blame him. If I failed the 1000, I think I would do the most baby strats to beat that 1500. Ooh, okay, now, normally I would say Nairi's that was bad, but A to Z's been failing quite a few things, you know? It could help out.
Yo, what is it? Nora's Love puts testing in logic, right?
If only.
If only.
I mean, it's super easy to do with Nairi's Love. It's pretty much just ground jumping, and then you just pull it off, if I recall correctly. Alright, so, do you think they'll find anything in GTG? Because
I think so.
What can they do right now? So, what's left besides GTG? There's grabbing Requiem, which could be vanilla for Child Spirit. That's a nice locked bow right there. There's the rest of DC. There's Fire Temple once AZ grabs Sora's River and the Hammer. There's a bit of Water Temple still to do. Shadow is still locked because no magic, but once they get magic, they can do all the Shadow. And Spirit requires Silver Gauntlets and Mirror. So they're actually not missing that many items. But if it's all dungeons, they're missing Boomerang. for Jabu. Oh no, what is the stone? What am I talking about? They don't need to go in there.
Dude, step in water. It's all dungeons.
Oh yeah, of course. Oh, there you go. I say ATZ's in the lead now. Because he can just climb that river, do it all at once. If he thinks it's all dungeons, and he knows he has to go there anyway for the Sora Fairy Fountain Way of the Hero hint.
Well, yeah, I think ATZ's got this at this. Like, I'm not gonna say he's got this in the bag,
Okay.
but he's got the logic going.
Yeah. Yes, but that's assuming it's all dungeons. If it's not, this doesn't matter. Right? Because MikeKatz is thinking it's all dungeons. I think he's just got it locked in his head. Song of Storms, I'm doing it.
Well, yeah, Song of Storms is. I mean, it's a good chef.
There's so many checks, and because it's the tournament bracket, you don't need Lens of Truth for Bottom of the Well. There's so many freebies in there.
I just don't know where. What's MikeKatz need to pull this off at this point? Like he's just gotta get to GTG now, right? He's got to make a beeline.
I think he's going to be heading straight to GTG. That or Fire Temple. He can do all the fire.
I'd do fire first because
if you can full scale. Oh, this is like so nice to get if you want to ramp Jabu in. You just get both of these items. You have Serenade. It's the easiest Jabu I've ever seen.
Okay. Do you really do Jabu then?
Yeah, if it's not all dungeons, I'll just be so surprised. Because come on, Boomerang already. Rudo's led it early, although Rudo's led it for Hammer, which was required.
What has MikeKatz got going for him after this? He's got everything. He's still got what, one bomb two at least, so he can full clear fire.
Oh, adult solid gained. I'm not sure on his bomb shoot count. He needs 1, 2, 3 bomb shoots to clear it fully. There's 3 walls you need to blow up.
Oh yeah, I gotcha. No.
Yeah. So maybe he might not do Fire Temple, because if you think about it, you needed the bomb bag for the hammer anyway. And if you're looking for bombs to finish fire, it's unlikely going to be in Fire Temple unless it's the upgrade. So I feel like Fire Temple may not be the play, because a lot of it could potentially be out of logic if you're running out of bomb shoes. If you had the bomb shoes, then it's perfectly fine, I imagine. So I feel GTG is the best play MikeKatz could do right now. Come on, AC, you can do it. There we go.
Dude, this is hard sometimes, okay? I used to have this mental thing where I thought the fire tunic made it so it was harder to do this trick, so I'd And it's just oh yeah, it reduces fire damage. Just makes sense. No wonder I lost my iframe.
Well, the main thing about Goron Tunic is this. What's the color? We need to know what color it is.
I mean, it's gray on the right screen, that's for sure.
That's true. No matter what, it's going to be gray for MikeKatz. So I can give him a pass on not checking the color.
Well, actually, here's the thing. It's his capture card. So does that mean on his screen he has color?
Then no, it'd be in color.
He actually plays his TV in black and white for the authentic stream
His
replay.
entire life is a noir novel. He just sees in black and white. Everything's black and white. He's got a narrator telling him what he's doing right now. ATZ's going for the dreaded toilet.
People play through their capture card? Who does that?
He's actually seeing in black and white. Oh lord.
So I'm worried about
like it's a peacock.
MikeKatz here.
Oh lord. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Just because Stalfos and low heart. Not a fan. Where he doesn't have double. He does have double defense.
Yeah, he has double defense.
I couldn't tell based off how low his hearts were, and then I was like, wait, he just picked it up now.
It's actually quite surprising how few hearts they have. Like an hour and a half in. I've seen some seeds where you get 10 hearts, 12 hearts. The last seed I did, I had 15 hearts an hour in.
I mean, so I always think just lower hearts mean you're playing the seed better. So.
I mean, that can be an indicator of you doing fewer checks, and you're just doing more required stuff. But obviously, all the heart pieces could just be at the end. All the containers could be in Ganon's castle. So
Yeah, all the big containers are in Ganon's castle. Every single boss container. That'd be weird.
All right, toilet. Are you required? I mean, it's a key. It's always nice seeing the toilet done quite nicely because those clams can be a real pain sometimes to do. And it deserves its reputation as one of the worst rooms in the game.
It used to be worse until I learned that you could just hook shot to get like 2 at a time.
Oh, bomb shoes found. So 80. Oh, but he has bomb bag. It doesn't matter.
Bomb shoes. I mean, I guess they work for some.
I mean, he's already done Link the Goron, so really, bomb shoes are pretty useless now.
I actually like bomb shoes for doing the Zora's Fountain fair. Because you just gotta turn into the one rock, turn
That's
to the
true,
right,
yes.
and it just blows up instantly.
Yeah, the one nice thing about bomb shoes is you can just destroy grottos and holes pretty fast. Whereas bombs, you have to wait for the timer. That's slow. Alright, MikeKatz finishing off Forest Temple, whilst ADC having a lot of fun with the lizards, and we'll be finishing off GTG. Now, the only thing they found was the boomerang, correct?
I think it was Boomerang
Yeah, just the
and
boomerang. I'll Silver Scale as well.
yeah, Silver Scales. Like they have the
So-
ability to dive and get rid of his life.
So unless it's all dungeons or the underwater bottle, it's... GTG might be a bust. Though I feel like at this point... Because Deku's a stone, Jabu's fully completable, you're one long shot away from doing water. It could very well be all dungeons for Song of Storms.
Oh, they also need ice arrows for Bongo Bongo.
Oh, that's true. They still need the ice arrows. So hopefully it's vanilla ice arrows. Yeah, ice arrows is a key component of any bongo fight. Yeah, there was a scale in GTG forever. Oh, okay.
Yo, vanilla ice arrows. Let's go for it.
Vanilla ice arrows? I've had light arrows there, but I've never found the ice arrows.
No, it's funnier because vanilla ice. Thanks for the easy joke. I appreciate that, chat.
I don't know why I found that so funny. You got me good. Ah, just the key. Ah, get out of here.
Okay, but that's a key, so it's good knowledge for what it is.
No, because now there's 3 good checks behind the silver gauntlets, rather than
3 and a key.
yeah, 3 and a key. So if you get silver gauntlets and you're around the spirit circle area, it's looking a lot better. Because normally it's just like 2 checks, or just 1 if you're really unfortunate.
So he's gonna cross spirit, like that's the plan.
I think you would, yes, in case it's vanilla requiem.
Well,
then you
worst
always
case
have to
scenario,
come back.
if he doesn't go across for whatever reason, he's gonna open the gate.
Yes, because then if he wants to come back, you can do reverse wasteland, get haunted wasteland chest on the way, and head into GTG to clean it up. Because if you do reverse wasteland and you don't open the gate, you can't go through because it turns out the gate's closed. Who would have thunk it?
The main issue is the guard can't catch you through the gate.
Yeah. Because that's how it works without the Gerudo card being equipped. You just get caught through the gate.
What if Gerudo card was toggleable?
I mean, really the only use that would be to go through the gate.
So you
reverse.
wouldn't have to climb the ladder. Come on, that's a waste of time, man. Let me
Wouldn't
just.
have to climb the ladder. Oof. Just hookshot up. Easy.
What if you don't have hookshot?
Then you're in really dire straits if you're doing GGG without hookshot.
True, you got me there.
Alright, so what song do you think this is going to be?
I think it's vanilla.
Well, we have Sun Song. No, we've done Sun Song. Ice Cavern is still possible. Nocturne is looking unlikely. We're missing Silver Gauntlets and Mirror Shields. Yeah, it could be Requiem. I think it might be a cheeky Sari's. I'm going to say Sari's song.
I don't know, man. Like,
Because you don't
What's serious?
need Requiem to beat the seed unless there's something in those 2 checks or in the logic there's a key there. Because then it'll place Requiem wherever. Although we know all dungeons is Summer Storm, so they're going to be running into Requiem eventually anyway. Unless it's...
so this man, I wasn't prepared for ATZ to do that big cut there. Apparently you can cut that way and not void out. I thought you had to... I always go to the crate for safety.
I do it how ATC does it. Now, I have the biggest trouble doing Lensless Wasteland. I can do the last half fine, but the first half, I just cannot tell what to do. It's a real
What, going up to the Haunted Wasteland check?
No. After the Haunted Wasteland chest, there's the Poe, and then you go up the hill. Once I get to the hill, I know where to go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I agree with Dot's assessment. Oh, come on, Chivik. Tell us.
Put it on.
ATZ.
Put it on.
ATZ.
Put it on, please. ATZ.
Come on, ATZ, you can do it.
He doesn't even care.
Ah, well, hopefully when he's in Fire Temple, we'll put it on. But yeah, I would agree with Dot. If it's not all dungeons, MikeKatz is ahead. If it is, I would say it's even, or perhaps ATZ is very slightly ahead. Okay, so ATZ. You don't have the silver gauntlets, buddy.
He tried. He gave it a solid.
You were right, Vanilla Requiem.
And I've seen this before 11 times.
And that's actually really good, because let's imagine this plays out. If Requiem was Ice Cavern or something like that, and MikeKatz goes there, then you wouldn't need to have crossed the Wasteland and done GTG potentially for all dungeons. But because Requiem is there, you need to do the Guro card. You have to. And at that point, you may as well do GTG for it. Because there's so many free checks there, unless you have everything at that point.
Do you come back as a kid? How soon?
I would do Zora's River first, do all of that stuff, to grab beans, and then I would check those. Because you never know, you might be key locked and you have to do it as a child anyway. And you can do all of the stuff in there anyway. Well, not all of it, but all the child checks. There's quite a few. And it's a medallion. They're all required to be done anyway.
Did this man just kill a Redead? Why?
I don't know. I don't think he likes that Redead. That poor thing. So MikeKatz finishes off Forest Temple, doing quite nicely in Patagon, and is going to be rolling his way through Kikiri Forest.
So, I got a serious question. Does that make him re-Redead?
I want to say yes, but I feel like there's an argument against it, but I can't think of it. Re-Dead. I like that more.
There's also a clever one. I was just like, wait a second.
ATC's going to be finishing up Dodongo's Cavern. That's a smart play. Because it's a medallion, now's a good time. What do you think ATC is going to be doing after this, though? I think he's going to be going back to the child, doing Zora's River, Zora's Domain. Do you think he'll do Jabu? He knows all dungeons.
I think he dips fire.
He dips fire. That's possible. He has Bolero.
He has Thong, he has bombs. Can't finish it, but I mean, it's required. There's no reason not to dip it.
Mm-hmm. And you might find the hammer in there. Which
we know he won't.
Control.
But...
We know he won't, but yeah. The hammer was the Fountain Fair in Zora's Domain, which MikeKatz has had for quite a while. It hasn't paid off yet, though when he goes to GTG and does the Hammer Rock chest, that's probably the biggest place the hammer will help him at. Because he hasn't done Fire Temple yet, and he hasn't really utilized that advantage.
There's no way that second eye gets, right?
Nah, that one doesn't hit. Oh, third time's the charm. For a second there, I thought that bomb was going to explode the one that just exploded. Like in midair.
Yeah, I've seen it happen. It sucks.
Alright, ATC. Are you going to find anything in here? Nope.
So here's the thing. Depending on what type of... He's got what? Two checks here.
And Scarecrow. That might be why he's not doing Fire Temple yet, just to confirm Scarecrow. Although I'm surprised he's not using Epona to move about in here.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Maybe he doesn't want to go race for him.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Oh, poor Ringo. He's never going to be seen again in randomizers. And he has such a lovable face. We'll never see his crazy eyebrows or his moustache. You know?
You mean Luigi, right?
Ah, Luigi, of course. My bad, my bad.
So let's see what this song. Let's see what fishing gets. Fishing, dude. This is their first check into for either of them into.
Mirror Ship Founds above the Dongos. That's pretty nice.
Hey, spirits required.
Spirit is required, and then if they get silver gauntlets, ADC can just go straight there now. He doesn't have to worry about Mirror Shield because it's one of those really annoying checks. It could be pretty much anywhere since it's only used for Twin Rover and 2 checks in Spirit. That's it. Anyways, what was you saying? I interrupted you.
No, you're good. I don't remember. I'm gonna not go.
Damn it.
Oh no, it was Lake Hylia. I was like, this is the first check in Lake Hylia, correct?
Yeah, they haven't done any checks in here. And if it turns out that, hey, adult fishing is good, MikeKatz has a pretty good lead, because ATC has not confirmed Child Scarecrow.
Wait, he hasn't even done Child Scarecrow.
No, he has not done Gerudo Valley, he has not done Child Scarecrow. He has the Serenade to quickly do it, and he might opt to do that before he enters Fire Temple.
I mean, he's likely... Okay.
I mean, he's going to be heading to...
He's got two split. He's got a split here. He's got split this. You either go to Fire, push as far as you can, or you go to Child, and you do Zora's Domains.
Adult Fishing had nothing, by the way.
Yeah.
I would do Zora's Domain, because you can play Serenade, you can confirm Scarecrow, you can get on the water bottle, do Zora's Domain, hand in the letter for Ice Cavern, which opens up more checks. I feel like that's way more substantial. And you know Zora's Fairy Fountain is Way of the Hero.
Has he picked up that hint? Because I'm like, the more he like avoids it, the more I'm like, wait, I don't remember. Did he pick?
Yes, he has. He should know it. Yeah. If you didn't get the hint, I feel like I would still do it anyway, honestly. Oh, MikeKatz needs to stand just a little bit closer to grab that, buddy. Come on.
Mirror was right above the Dongos.
Mirror was above the Dongos. Yeah, he's going to be doing the River route.
That's smart.
Yeah, I like this play a lot. Whereas MikeKatz is just going to be covering what AZZ has done, which is most likely G2G at this point.
Okay, so Way of the Hero means it has to... He knows it's Way of the Hero, right? Which means... Okay, so yeah. It means he either... Way of the Hero is either Magic, Night Arrows, or Hammer.
Or Silver Gauntlets. Assuming if the other strength is
Silvers,
locked behind Silvers.
But the nice thing is it's far enough in the seed, and he knows that, like, Way of the Hero means it has to be a unique item.
Yes, it has to be something you need to do. You can't go around it. Unless you break logic somehow.
Has nobody done Bonsu Ball? Oh, first bomb bag, yeah.
Yes, first bomb bag. I imagine ATC is going to be finishing up his child checks, like cleaning up, like Hyrule Castle Ferry, for example. He hasn't done that, although we know it's bad.
Nice angle.
I mean, ATC is having a rough time on these mini games today.
I think he's trolling. I seriously think this is like...
Maybe he thought, you know what? Hollow Boots 20-minute Skull Mask, I've won already. Let's wrap it up. I'm just going to have a bit of fun. In that case, do you think he goes for the lensless lens minigame?
Yo, I mean, try it once, right?
Yeah, try it once.
That's apparently MikeKatz special.
I feel like you do, just because you know MikeKatz is going to be doing it.
I mean, the 1 in 32, like, it's not that small of a...
Easy. So, you are correct. MikeKatz will be going into Fire Temple. These are all required checks, and he can fully clear this. So, now's a really good time to do it. If you're in MikeKatz's position, what are you really hoping to find?
Bomb bag.
Does he even have enough bomb shoes to do this? I did not see how many.
I was told he needs 2. Because the one door you can use hammer on.
Can you? I was not aware of that. Okay, so 2 bomb shoes then. And that 1 bomb shoe could make all the difference if he only has 2.
Yeah, but like logically, it's like yes, this if he finds a bomb bag here, it may be out of logic, but it still puts everything that he's done previously in.
Yes, and that's like the nice thing. So yeah. Let's okay. So Requiem was vanilla, so you had to do all of the Gerudo card anyway. But imagine this, picture this. GTG was just boomerang a scale. If it's not all dungeons, you didn't need to do it. MikeKatz could find a bomb bag out of logic, and then find all the items and just go head straight to Spirit.
Yeah, he could, in theory, avoid GTG altogether.
And that would save 10-15 minutes of time.
Yeah.
So he's really hoping to find a bomb bag out of logic.
I mean, there's two more of them.
There are two more. Oh, he
got bomb juice. He doesn't need it anymore. He's done.
Yeah, he's fine. He's good.
Well, hold on. It could have been a 5, but, you know. Having hammer and bomb chews isn't the end of the world. I want to see his bomb chew count, though.
If it's the 20, then who cares about bomb bag, right?
Yo, can we, like, mod what the end game for the randos so we can see what they pull before they look? That way we don't have to wait on.
Yeah, I've had seeds where I don't find the bomb bag, and I just use bomb chews to just complete everything.
The
I can have
other
seeds like that.
The other thing is, they found bomb chews, so they can technically buy bomb chews now.
They could.
I mean, I didn't say it was
bomb chews
smart.
are never considered in logic, but you could do that if you're feeling very desperate.
Man, I have nothing left to do. I'm just gonna keep checking bomb chews.
I'm just gonna spend all these rupees. Don't mind me. Okay, so ADC went to Charles Ferry, and honestly, now's a good time to do it because you're just at Hyrule Ferry. You have to either save, quit, or play a walk song anyway. So now's a good time to do some very required checks because you have to do Spirit anyway. Now's a good time.
I thought they could. That's the only reason I said it. Was I thought they could buy him at the Magic Carpet Man for 200, not from the shop, but they could buy it from the carpet.
Or wallet for Carpet Guy. Oh, okay. So you still need the bomb bag for that guy. Interesting.
Interesting stuff.
Now that, do you think perhaps Sora's River Zora's Domain could have been a smarter play in case it was the silvers there? Because then you just do, unless there's something in Child, you do this as an adult. What do you think about that? Because you have to do it.
I like doing Child first.
Mm.
Child side Spirit.
Yeah, I like Child side first. I just wanted to explore that possibility.
The other thing is, he's 100% got to go to the domain before he leaves, right?
Yes, because it's way the hero. He's going to be doing it after this, I imagine.
I was like, he can't forget, right?
Boss key. Okay, so you're in MikeKat's position. You have to kill Volvagia to proceed, right?
Yes.
So, do you do the rest of Fire Temple? How far in do you go?
He has a song. I say no. He has a song. I say no.
Okay. Now, in many seeds, I would agree with you, but this is Randobot we're talking about. Deep fire every time.
Okay, here's the thought process.
Okay.
How long does it take to do deep fire? What is estimated
I imagine after Volvagia about 8 minutes, 9 minutes. He doesn't have Requiem, he can't do Spirit like AT is doing. He could do GTG, and he might guess Requiem's vanilla. He could opt to do Ice Cavern for a song, because he has handed in the letter.
How many checks does he have left? Does he have all 6 checks?
Okay, well let's think. He got
4 checks, however many checks it is for fire again, I forgot.
It should be 4, because he got 2 small keys and a boss key, which means 2 good checks he found. So imagine there's 4 left. Because there's 5 checks. Volvagia is going to be a small key, the 2 up top, the 3 up top I should say, and then the 2 below.
Dude, I'm gonna continue with the idea of you have song. Do it. Come back if you feel you need to.
Yeah, that's probably a smart play. If you didn't have Bolero, I would definitely do Deep Fire, just in case. Although, if you're assuming it's all dungeons, then you're going to run into Bolero probably.
This man just backflipping in the save time.
Wow, this absolute madman. MikeKatz actually had some really good aim on that Volvagia. He hit her like 3-4 times. Although, I'm surprised he's not doing the quick kill. Did he get troll hold and failed the kill?
I'm
God.
certain.
MikeKatz is backflipping to extend the timer because he just didn't get the quick kill off. Wait. Am I seeing this correctly? Yeah, he's actually save quitting. He's got a reset.
Wait, why exactly did he have to save and quit? Because
he doesn't have Goron Tunic. He doesn't have a fairy. Yeah. He's going to die because Volfagia is flying around.
I don't know why you have so many, why you have so many bottles and don't consider stopping for the fairy though going in.
I mean, MikeKatz could just be confident in his play to get quick kill. But he was wrong. he has no time, so maybe he gets a fairy this time. He's failed it once, he could fail it a second time.
I mean, I don't know. If you'd go for this twice, why wouldn't you go for chess minigame twice?
Wait, hold up. He doesn't have the bomb bag, so unless he wastes all of his bomb shoes, and with Deku Nuts, he can't do the quick kill. So he would need to use anywhere between 7 and 8 bomb shoes, depending on how fast he is. And he'd only have 2 bomb shoes left, which is enough to do Fire Temple. But if he doesn't find bomb bag, there's still a few checks that require an explosive and not hammer. Oh, he has 14. I miscounted. Never mind. He's fine.
Yeah, he did pick up the extra.
Yeah, he picks up the extra. I thought that said 10. My bad. But is he aware of how to do distract with bomb shoes? He might not be.
I don't think it's worth it.
Oh.
Gold scale.
Gold scale. Let's go.
Good thing we have iron boots, so we don't have to.
Yeah. If he never found the iron boots, let's say it was in a really far off check, you could do water temple with that.
Stone water? Yeah, worth.
Stone water, gold scale, let's go. I think that's a smart play. Just assume all dungeons, it's Randobot, right?
Randobot 1, for reference. We're in a weird spot right now. So you say he finishes... He's gonna finish this dungeon, right?
Yes.
Fire's done, and it gets you in.
Long shot. Every stone dungeon is available now.
ATZ's in the lead.
You think ATZ's in the lead?
I can confidently say ATZ's in the lead.
But what if it's not all dungeons? That's the thing.
He's got a medallion on him.
True, but it is the Dongo's Cavern. It's a pretty quick one to do. But MikeKatz is... Oh, yeah.
He's got a fairy this time, so...
Yeah. How much time has MikeKatz wasted on this? Because when ATC does this, he's going to be using bomb bag or bomb shoes to quickly kill her. This is like 3 minutes wasted.
He's also going to use his Goron Tunic.
And that too. And we can see what color it is. Alright, underwater bottle. What have we got?
Light arrows?
That'd be pretty funny. Nothing. So scale's not required, but it does make it fast to get into the Jabu.
He's gonna do Song, thank God.
Yeah, he's gonna... Of course, you absolutely check Scarecrow. 5 temples required. Although you don't actually need the Scarecrow, because you can do Pixel Shot.
He's got... Does he know Pixel Slot? I mean, it's ATZ, but does he know...
Well, here's the thing. He's been failing on the easy stuff, but he's been doing the hard stuff pretty well, so I think he could do Pixel Shot first try.
Look, I don't want to doubt the man, but, like, if anybody can throw this, it's ATZ, okay?
That's a vote of confidence right there.
Look, I mean, he's the 20 favorite. Like, not to knock the guy. He knows what he's doing, but at the same time, I feel like where he does well, he can also, also perform not well, as we've seen in several minutes.
Do you think he's nervous against MikeKatz? Or do you think he's just not playing very well? I mean, failing Ocarina game twice is... Ugh. I think that's nerves more than anything.
I don't know. Like, hold on. What do we got here rupee-wise? Is that a 2 die? He's not even gonna bother.
He's not gonna bother. I think you could have done this in 3 dives, maybe. It was a risky 3 dive. I think it's smart to just ignore it.
Well, so the other thing is, when I'm not sure if I can do it in 3 dives or not, I'll still take the torch down to the first floor, and then you'd only have to go halfway up.
That's true. That would save a little bit of time. So, MikeKatz is not finishing Deep Fire. He's got Volvagia, he's saying, I'm done here. And I guess because you have Bolero, it makes a little bit of sense. You can
I think the fact that you have the song, he's got a lot of other checks he can do. He's got GTG.
He still needs to find Requiem. Or complete GTG. That's like a top priority, because if it's Ice Cavern, it's not, unfortunately for him. Then you can bypass GTG potentially and stuff like that. Alright, Fairy Fountain time for MikeKatz using his Megaton Hammer. The Megaton Hammer actually hasn't paid off that much yet. I mean,
for what it opens up, yeah, he hasn't... Oh, just made me think about that currently for the counterpoint. Remember how we were saying that it's like ATZ does have this medallion lead, right?
Yes.
But it's not that big of a medallion lead because, you know...
Volvagia was very early.
Well, so it's not that big of a medallion lead because that Dodongo is quick, but in this seed also Fire Temple's quick, so you know ATZ can just snap it back the other way real quick.
And imagine this scenario, okay? Let's say MikeKatz did Fire Temple and went deep in and found nothing, and ATZ finds all the items as Volvagia really quick and doesn't even continue because he has the items. Like, that's a possibility that could happen. Because Fire Temple's one of those weird ones where you kind of hope the boss key's late, because you don't want to make that choice of, do I continue or not?
And that's always a seed-by-seed basis, what you're looking for, how many checks are available.
He's getting sticks. And Deku, I think he's going for Jabu. He has the fish ready.
Okay.
He's going for it.
Okay, let's see what his thought process... Okay, what does he need? He needs, for go mode, he needs light arrows, he needs magic, he needs hammer, right? Is that it?
Yeah, and silver gauntlets. So 4 items.
Silver. He needs 4 items.
He knows the way the hero is here, so one of those items he's going to find. He's going to do it after Jabu because he drops you off pretty much...
He drops you halfway, yeah.
Yeah, so it makes sense. Whereas MikeKatz is going to be finishing off the Goron City. In fact, besides Darunia's and Hot Rod Goron, it's pretty much almost cleaned up.
Oh, both runners also do have the knowledge for Song of Storms, right? Which is Song of Time.
Yes, they know it is. That's most likely why AZ is doing
it.
This.
I was about to say, why would he... I mean, it's like, yeah, you have the items to full clear them all, but why? So unless that's got to be what he's going off of.
I mean, you found the long shot, you found the boomerang. Like, all of the stone dungeons are ready to go. You're still missing 4 key items for the other stuff. I would do all dungeons at this point as well, honestly.
And if we said each dungeon had, what, 1 key item, just to be polite, I was like, makes sense.
Although we are talking about Javi, which has only 4 checks. The odds of something being in here are quite slim.
I mean, we know the first check, so...
We now know that the last slingshot is in Spirit Temple.
Shame.
Damn. That's a key hit picked up. Yeah, Jabu is also very inconvenient to go back to. Although, it's not that bad with Serenade and Silver Scale. It's honestly not that bad. If you're missing either of those, it is very inconvenient to walk back, having to go through the forest, if you have Silver Scale, or coming from Nocturne. So MikeKatz will be doing the Dongos and will be firing the Mirror Shield in here, but that's not very useful until he gets the Silver Gauntlets. And this is a medallion anyway, so... It had to be done regardless.
So he's going to have a standard, oh hey, time to do this. He's going to have an easier time doing it though, because this is his first dip, correct?
Yes, this is his first dip. AZ went in here twice. Do you think he's going to check the stone on the right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to worry about picking up baby bomb.
We found 2 way heroes. Okay, we have seen that more than 3 times. I'm positive we've seen it more than 3 times.
It was checked earlier by ATZ.
True, that could have been the one that was checked. But he's done Skull Mask anyway. It doesn't really matter if he finds multiple, because that's the big one, really, if Skull Mask is required or not. Because they found Zelda's Lullaby and Nocturne behind that letter. They're required anyway. Yeah, Hyrule Castle Garden is one of those hints that seems good on paper. It really isn't, because it leads to a lot of required stuff, potentially. You don't know which one it's referring to.
We have all 4 Way of the Hero hints: Lon Lon Ranch, Cac,
Lon Lon, Hyrule Castle.
Hyrule Castle.
Cac. Yes, I forgot about the Cac one. Which is most likely referring to Din's Fire. Alright,
So, how do you feel about Jabu? Do you like Jabu as a dungeon? Is it quick enough, or do you think... What are your thoughts on it?
Jabu's not long, it's just not very dense. That's the thing. There's only 4 checks in here. The 3 are kind of fast-ish. I mean, not really that fast. It's just Baronade takes forever to get to.
So what I'm hearing is we should, for the next tournament, we should make it so that Jabu is Master Quest Jabu, so we get more checks.
How many checks are there in Master Quest Jabu?
I think someone said 9.
I would be happy with that. Jabu actually being these.
My understanding was like Jabu and Bottom of the Well flip-flop.
Oh, but then I can't say Bottom of the Well's always a trap if there's only 1 check in there.
It's like a ton. It might be like 7, but it's like more than the standard.
So what would you call these things that ATC is killing? I just call them salami. Like, what is the actual name? I think some people say a slimy thing?
I wonder what... Do they have actual names, like, in the game files?
I don't know.
That's what I want to know, but, Yo, dude, it's just your tonsils, man, Kappa. It's the uvula. I don't know, just start trying to sound medically sound and just start saying big words that start with like letters.
Speaking of medically sound, this entire dungeon makes no sense. I don't think this is how the insides of a fish works. It has movable platforms inside.
Well, he's not a fish. He's like a turtle, right? No?
No?
Is he a fish? Because, like, why's a fish got his head resting on a... It's like he clearly has to breathe. What's he...
Parasite tentacles. What? I mean, yeah, he's a god. That's true. He's a giant fish. He's a whale. Nobody knows what Jabu is. Look, it's a dungeon with 4 checks and it's a stone dungeon. That's all we know about it. Those are
Jabu's a bad facts. Jabu's a bad time, okay, guys? That's all that matters.
Look, I'm not ready for a bad time in Jabu. He's a deity.
Jabu's a whale. I don't know. You're a marine biologist. Do you know he's a whale?
Do we have a marine biologist here? We're gonna need one. Well, because it's in Felvin is horizontal. There you go. Jabu is a whale. Which is great, because now whenever I enter Jabu, I can say I'm having a whale of a time. Every time now, and I'm gonna feel great about it.
Can somebody time this man out?
Hey. Big Octo. One of the... probably the easiest boss. If you know what to do. All you do is run into him, shoot a boomerang, and then jump slash. He's dead.
Yeah, that makes it a good time. That's about the easiest part.
Though I can probably remember as a kid spending like 2 minutes just going around in circles trying to...
Yeah, you gotta chase him, dude.
Yeah, I got time for that. Just do what ACZ did. Easy. Now, I don't know why people say they have trouble with this guy. I just run through. He's never knocked me off. His name's Jeff. That Big Octo. Little Octo, whatever.
Yeah, I don't like that room, because the...
I love that room.
No, that room is terrible. Because you try to be super fast and efficient, so you throw the boomerang, and you jump on it before it's able to be jumped on. And
I have done that a few times, yes. I have done that.
And then you try and do it again, and you waste time.
Because you go on it and then you get knocked off. Yeah, that has happened. He's got lots of matter with gods. Okay, You know what doesn't matter? Size. There is no way all of this dungeon fits in Jabu with how big he is. It's like a TARDIS.
Yo, just for reference, because I wanted to be knowledgeable on what I spew out of my mouth sometimes. Jabu Jabu's a large whale-like creature, therefore he's not a whale. He's a whale-like creature.
Whale-like. Oh, ATC's failed this twice now, this Switch.
Dude, just do the bomb shoe strat. Come on.
I don't know the bomb shoe strat.
It's
I've never seen it.
You just turn on the wall on the backside, and it's like 4.5 ticks of bomb chew, and you let go, and it just blows up.
That's nice to know.
It's like 4. It's between 4 and 5. You just center yourself on the back wall.
Yeah, this trick, it's one of the tricks I hate the most. I'm not sure what it is about it. So, AZ will be coming up into Baronade, and Baronade is actually a tough boss to kill quickly compared to others, because you've got to time your boomerang very nicely and be in the correct position to do it. But I'm sure AZ can handle it quite fine. So, first one good, and the second one, just wait a little bit, and you've got it. And now from here, it's pretty simple. It takes a bit of practice to do, but once you get it down, Baronade can be a very fast boss.
I think my favorite animation on Baronade is when you throw the nuts at the time where the second phase of the jellyfish are just still hanging sideways, but you can still kill them with.
Yeah, just hanging around, saying what's up. So Sculptures, all of them were bad. You do not need to do any Sculptures this seed, unfortunately for MikeKatz.
Oh, were they both dead? Big Goron.
So we now know why Jabu is so big. So here is the lore behind Jabu. Pull up a chair, sit by the fire. So a long time ago, Jabu ate Big Goron, and his sword is in there, and that's why he's so big. He had to fit Big Goron inside of him. Now we know why the Big Goron sword is there. The more you know.
Hey, are we coming up on that hammer?
Yeah, we're coming up on the hammer now. And ADC... If you were ADC right now, what would you be hoping for? Probably Silver Gauntlets, not really the hammer.
I mean, Silver Gauntlets are, let's be honest, they're top of Fire Temple in the hammer chest.
It is possible. So, unless this is all dungeons, Jabu might not be required. I mean, the Big Goron sword is nice and all, but I wouldn't do Jabu just for that.
Okay, if it was earlier, like way earlier, you pulled out that Big Goron sword, would it have been worth? With the time save that you saved with Big Goron?
Nah, it would not be worth. I mean, I suppose if, just in case it was all dungeons, right, you would still do it, but Big Goron sword doesn't save that much time. It's for insurance, and it's really useful for Ganondorf if you're not confident on the one cycle with Master Sword. That's probably the best place Big Goron helps you out. Yeah, I agree with Morkel. I think Silvers will decide this race wherever they are. Whoever gets Silvers does Spirit, and just has one extra medallion.
Okay, so, here's a thought, real quick. So, say it's where's I going with this? So back to the medallions versus stones, where we're at.
Yeah.
If it's all dungeons, but there's nothing in there, like, is ATZ's technically still ahead? Because he's done like what, one dungeon? He's done one whole dungeon over him.
If
Wait,
it's
one,
not all
two,
dungeons,
three,
or
four,
if it
five.
Is...
I don't know if I'm exact. Oh, is he? What is he doing?
He's going back to an adult now.
Mike, no, I was actually MikeKatz just went. Doesn't he have ZL? I was like, what's he doing?
He's handed in the letter, but he's handed in the letter. I guess he's ignoring Beans and Zora's River.
No, MikeKatz is an adult, dude.
Mm-hmm.
He did hovers.
I thought you were talking about A to Z. My bad.
Yeah, my bad. Like I'm going back and forth here, but the issue is okay. So ATZ has done what? He's done
Jabu.
Jabu GTG over him, and he's done GTG over him.
That's a lot of time. That's about.
That's like
25.
Those are two like yeah. What does MikeKatz have over him? Does he just have fire?
Temple. Like a few Sphere Zero checks, like Guru Valley. Oh hey, here's the Highland Shields. He's gonna have Ice Cavern over him pretty soon. But I feel like AZ's done more than like
Ice Cavern has to have something of value that you can't get anywhere else for him to be a.
If there's nothing here, then
if there's nothing here, ATZ's for sure in the lead.
For sure. Now, if you're MikeKatz, you're just hoping you find Requiem in here, honestly. But we know Requiem's vanilla, and we know Song of Storms is AD, so this is Saria's song. Or Prelude.
Jeez, if it's Prelude, I'd
If
hate
it's
it.
Prelude, then just pack it up. If it's Saria's song, then it's 2 checks, but maybe there's something there. Or Frogs 2. If it's okay, let's not forget this. If it's Saria's song here and it's all dungeons, it could very well be Frogs 2. It might not even be bottom of the well. There's a slight chance.
Okay, ATZ's play though. Does he continue up fire?
All right, so
I know
what
we
can
know
he
what
do?
MikeKatz.
He can do Ice Cavern. He can do Fire Temple. What other major places are there? It's really just that. He's done
What?
Child Spirit. He found the long shot. He could do Water Temple and assume it's all dungeons. I feel like, okay, here's what I think ATZ is going to do. It's fine doing Fire Temple now. These are all required, and he doesn't know where the boss key is. He's going to find it early, and it gets Volvagia, and then he has to make a decision. Will he complete Fire Temple, or will he go Water Temple or Ice Cavern? I feel like because he's done Jabu, I think Water Temple is high on the priority list because he has the long shot.
And if it's a quick water, it's not that bad.
Yeah, it might be a quick water. He might just say, you know what, I'm ignoring all the checks, I'm just assuming all dungeons. He just gets boss key and go. Because if it's an early boss key, he has Serenade. It's actually not that much time to kill Morpha.
I'm just trying to weigh their options. Like, I think based off of ATZ coming in here this late, he might climb fire. Because is he looking for a song anymore?
Not particularly. The only one he cares about is the all dungeon song, Song of Storms. Otherwise, I don't think he cares about Prelude.
So I feel like that lowers the reasons to check, Ice.
Ice Cavern is a lot lower on the list. Because he knows it's Saria's song or Prelude. Which doesn't really matter too much. I wouldn't blame him if he did all of Fire Temple, because then he's either picking between all dungeons or Fire Temple. He has the Bolero to come back here, but if he's wrong about all dungeons, and then he's going to feel really bad.
That's the other play, is he could do water, guarantee that he's going to get that song he wants.
And it's a lot of checks.
You'd get the same number of item checks at least compared to finishing fire. Plus, you also get the bottom of the well check incoming at least. But that'd be a change. How many times have they changed adult to kid at this point now?
So I have a question for the logicians in here. If Silvers is locked, let's say, oh no, but if Silvers is all dungeons and you need to get Longshot as a child, does it expect you to have all 5 keys? Because you could never get all 5 keys in that case if Longshot leads to Silver Gauntlets. Because that's a very important distinction to make. It expects you to have all 5, even if you can't get them. So Silvers has to be somewhere earlier than that. So it could very well be Fire Temple.
ADZ, please put on Goran Dudik.
Well, he's gonna go to Volvagia, and we'll see then. Huh. That's a very distinct thing to learn, honestly. If there's anything there. So, keys don't take into account potential items to beat the seed or what you could potentially reach. It's expecting keys no matter what. Deep fire as always. Pretty much, this is Random 1 we're talking about here. So, if you're MikeKatz, I think you're sweating at this point. You're sweating bullets. Because no items found. You're just praying the song is Requiem.
Praying the songs Requiem or maybe Saria's song and hope Saria's is like a gold.
I mean, that's possible.
Dude, I'm just saying, frog song. What's up?
Okay, we're getting a lot of contention among what's going on.
ATZ, put your damn tunic on.
ATZ, come on, do it. Do it.
He realized. I was like, why did you get a fairy? And then he realized. He just
So we've got two pink tunics and a lilac tunic. It's a very similar shades. It's always like I was gonna say something, but it doesn't make any sense. Never mind. We'll see if AZZ does Volvagia quick kill more effectively than MikeKatz.
Let's see how much faster he kills. Let's see if he can turn around his gameplay, honestly. This is not a mini game, by the way, for chat. This is actually a boss fight, so he might play it back.
So, there we go. And for those wondering how Volvagia works, she was flying around the cutscene and went into that hole. The hitbox is still there, and we're abusing the bombs to hit it. As long as we don't hit Volvagia while she's stunned, she'll keep coming up. And as long as we space our bomb damage correctly, she won't start flying around. So AZZ's got this. It was a really good quick kill. Unless... okay, there we go. And the final jump slash.
That's like commentator's curse, man. You almost messed him up.
Okay, MikeKatz. Oh, no, the prelude. Ice Cavern's not required in any way.
Yee.
This was a huge waste of time.
However, he hasn't checked bottom. Has he checked bottom of the lake?
He has not, and
The
he still
armor
needs
check?
to unfour King Zora.
Yeah, I mean, could be low key required, just not finishing it.
Cyrus is on Nocturne. Yeah, he still has 2 checks to do. So let's hope he remembers to unfour King Zora. Honestly, if there was going to be an item, I would prefer it to be King Zora, because then you have to pretty much finish Ice Cavern. You don't have to finish it, but you would not come out to unfour King Zora just in case.
Lights on King Zora, let's go.
I mean, it's possible. ACC is going to be finishing Deepfire. He's going to go all in. For all the marbles.
Okay, what if this isn't an all dungeon seed, okay? What if light arrows are locked behind gold gauntlets instead? We haven't seen silvers, yet alone gold.
I mean, it's possible. Light arrows could be Ganon's castle, light trial, and gold is potentially required.
Silver's in the water? We'll see. ATZ is playing the fire out, it seems.
Did ACC ever confirm Adult Scarecrow? I don't recall he did.
I don't think.
No, he came straight here. He did the Child Scarecrow Jabu, and then I believe he just came straight here.
He's probably just gonna play off the concept that he has long shot.
Yeah, he can do pixel shot, so he doesn't need to confirm it.
If he knows it.
I mean, it's.
It is
quite hard to do.
It is a pixel for a reason.
Yes, it's called pixel shot for a reason. You are right.
Also, he's playing on Wii, so how easy is it to get a pixel shot on Wii versus any other console?
MikeKatz checking the medallions and stones again. And let's see where he heads off. I think he's going to be heading to GTG now. Because he needs Requiem. And if you look at the logic of things, Requiem has to be vanilla. He knows Song of Storms is all dungeons, and he knows Cyrus Song can't be... Well, actually, I tell a lie. Requiem could be Nocturne. Because if everything was adult side, right? And there was nothing in child side.
In theory, yeah. He doesn't need Requiem. He needs Requiem to get there as a kid.
Yes. Now, he's going to be doing GTG and opponent, and he's just pretty much going to be covering what ATC's already done, pretty much. Because really, alright, so here's what MikeKatz has to do now. GTG, Spirit Temple, Jabu, Water Temple. ATC just needs to do Water Temple and Fire Temple and Ice Cavern. And GTG takes a really long time. So I think ATC has a slight lead of a few minutes.
Their medallions are evened out, and I don't know. I may not have. I may have left out you saying that in my brain. But did you say that finishing fire was also a thing for Mike Katz? Because that's something ATZ
No,
is going to.
Yeah, ATZ is doing that right now. MikeKatz has not finished all the Fire Temple. He bailed.
And if we learned anything from any of our seeds,
Always do deep fire.
Just do it.
So let's say deep fire is required. What item are you expecting? I think the silver gauntlets are going to be the AD item for Song of Storms and Bottom of the World. I think that's what is down there.
I think lights are down there on.
I mean,
You gotta light the darkness, man. Come on.
But you have to grab the light arrows in the first place to light the darkness. How do you get through it in the first place, the darkness, without them?
Close your eyes and hope for the best.
Okay, so this is now a blind playthrough.
I mean, it's a blind let's play on the left anyway.
It's true. So what episode would ATC be on now?
If we stay at the 10-minute clips, he'd be on about 14?
Was that the ISO light arrows? That was the light arrows.
Hey, Boyo just realized he didn't get his scarecrow. Rip ATZ.
But he has the long shot. Oh, falls down.
Light arrows
so,
on.
That hammer is going to save him a little bit of time, because remember when I said earlier, MikeKatz can do that check as soon as he goes into GGG, and it was the light arrows. Unfortunately, when ATZ goes to Ganon's castle, he's just going to grab it.
It's going to be a super clean hit. It's literally going to say Gerudo Valley.
Yeah, and then just go grab it. Imagine if that was the silver gauntlets instead, how big that would be.
That's a big deal. The bad thing is this one was a gimme.
Yeah.
Like, you will get the hint for this one.
I feel like
and I'm pretty sure Mike Katz knows this too. So while he may know that he found this, he knows it's probably not a big.
Yeah. If it was any other required item, I would actually put MikeKatz in the lead all of a sudden. But light arrows, the only upside is MikeKatz only has to climb Ganon's castle once, whereas ATZ might have to climb it twice. And if he doesn't find FW, it'll take a little bit more time. Right, so
I'm a big fan of hitting these plugs, by the way, because I hate when they're on fire and they just decide to stand where you want to go. And if they hit you, you fall back down. If you,
the worst one is when you climb, and then sometimes they'll just knock you down.
Yeah, that's. You ever get the slug stuck halfway down the?
Yes. I love it when I jump slash down and I hit him in midair.
Yeah, it makes me feel real good.
Makes me feel like I'm good at the game.
About the only thing I can do that's cool. Well, besides Bongo Bongo ice strats, but that's required for everybody. Silvers.
Oh my lord! All right, right. He's just bailing. He's out of it. Always do deep fire.
GG, deep fire.
Okay, it's not over yet. Okay, here's why.
Still need magic.
Still need magic. MikeKatz could do Water Temple. Find the other gauntlets in there. And if it's all dungeons, then maybe it's not over. Because we don't know where the other gauntlets are.
What MikeKatz needs is magic not to be in spirit.
Yes. Because that's the only item we're looking for, right? Just magic.
Magic, because the whole light arrows check Ganon, so.
And to access Shadow Temple. I don't think this is all dungeons. No way is it. Because think about it, right? Spirit Temple, Shadow Temple. Like, unless magic's in bottom of the well and that's the only magic, because there's two magics, then I feel like... Although magic can't be in Shadow Temple, to be fair.
Well, second magic can, not first magic.
Yeah, but unfortunately you can't break the logic to get in there, so... I don't think this is all dungeons. At this point.
No, it could still be all dungeons. Okay, I mean, look at it. Okay, say water has nothing, but it gets you bottom of the well.
That's about 14 checks, 13 checks.
Yeah, but and then bottom of the well has your magic, meaning that's how you get into shadow. So I was like,
I just feel like Magic's gonna be in here, in some other I don't know. There's two Magics. Are they really gonna be locked behind the all dungeons? That would be rough.
do we have to talk about the one seed that had 3 bows and spears?
I take that point. Fair enough. Fair enough.
I was like, 3 bows?
Oh, there's the other bomb bag.
Yo, real talk. Let's remove Lens of Truth from the game, and just put a new arrow type, and just actually instead of removing ice arrows because they are required for Bongo Bongo.
Of course.
Put blue fire arrows in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Because who wouldn't want blue fire arrows?
Oh, that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, it was deep fire again, Nikai. Because this is Randobot 1. Alright, so at this point, MikeKatz is, I would say, behind. He did not do Fire Temple Deep, did not grab the Silver Gauntlets, and is pretty much cleaning up GG and Horseback Archery, which HC has already done. He knows Requiem is vanilla pretty much at this point, so he had to have gotten the Gerudo card. But if he had just done Deep Fire and Magic's in Spirit Temple, he could have ignored GG entirely.
I think the main thing that tells you that MikeKatz will be behind is that you can say MikeKatz is trailing while ATZ is progressing.
Yes, that's pretty much it. ATZ is progressing in Spirit Temple. MikeKatz is just going behind him. Until he does Deep Fire, he's just doing what ATZ has done. And even
Silvers
then,
were behind the double gate. My bad. But silvers were double the shortcut to in.
That's some good shooting though. Oh, but I was saying good shooting at the end, but unfortunately he must have missed some arrows because he's gonna have to repeat 1500. At least he didn't fail 1000.
Who do you think he is? ATZ?
If he was ATZ, he'd be doing what ATZ's doing right now.
True story.
Oh, that would be the awful Road Dog. So, could you imagine this? Sure, you got the Silver Gauntlets. But what if Magic's in Megaton Hammer Chest?
I mean...
It's possible.
I mean... That's why I'm not a fan of bailing, because like there's that one time that it's not gonna...
Even though statistically, this is the best play, who knows? Magic could be a Megaton Hammer Chest, and then you just crying.
Best play isn't better than Cosmic Brain, I'm just saying.
Alright, so we're only missing Magic, is that correct? We know where the Light Arrows is. So it's just Magic we just need to find.
Yeah, Magic is...
Yeah.
I think, honestly, though, even if you... Because of the position that ATC is in, he's just going to be clearing every check regardless. Because, I mean, let's be honest, you could come across Gold Gauntlets. That was a long time to be without Silvers.
And also, Light Arrows, he doesn't know where it is. He could be finding it. Even if he found the Magic, I still feel like you would still do the annoying checks to get, because sure, you can just get the Light Arrows in, but you don't have FW, you have to climb the tower. Okay, so if you're in MikeKat's position, are you just sweating, thinking, God damn it, I should have done Deep Fire? Dilbert meme insert here.
Wait, he came... Okay, hold on. I've been watching like ATZ very like trying to see if I can find like what he's gonna do. I mean, clearly he's just gonna do the dungeon.
Yeah.
What did he do? Did he do horse archery and then come back?
No, he already did horseback archery already. He had Requiem, so he just played songs. It's very
gotcha. I was like, wait, what happened here? So he didn't GTG though.
Oh, do you mean MikeKatz?
MikeKatz, that's what I'm asking.
All right, yeah, MikeKatz. Yeah, he did not check the song. Although I suppose if you know it's vanilla anyway, you can just come back and do it another time. Although, but you have to run across the field anyway, so I don't know why he didn't check the song, because he knows it's Requiem.
I don't understand. This is like my big question for him. Why? Like after interview,
Yeah.
like this is why.
He did not do He did not do GTG. Wait. He did not do Requiem.
He literally went to Fortress to do horse archery, and that's
But
it.
Why not grab the
And he got
song?
bombs.
Oh, he did get bombs, yes.
He did 3 checks there. So I'm like,
Maybe he knows, okay, now this is all in logic, and now I'm gonna do it? Was he considering logic, perhaps? That's why he
maybe
didn't do
he's
this?
considering logic, but like,
But I feel like that's a misplay, because Bomb Bag, you're going to find it early. It's usually one of the first times you get it. Sure, sometimes it's in a painful location, but you're gonna get it.
I mean, here's the thing. I can agree that it is the correct play because he does need silver gauntlets. He will get silver gauntlets. It is the correct play.
This is the correct
How he
play.
got to this. This is kind of like. Let's take this into school
Statistically-
terms. Let's take this into school terms. Show your work. How did you get here? I am confused how he like drew this logic to come here. That's my big issue with it.
Yeah. I feel like statistically, this is the wrong play. You have GTG available. There's even the Requiem song, which you know is there. Why not at least go grab that? You know it's vanilla. And Silver Gauntlets could very well be like the child checks. That doesn't require keys. So, whilst this is the correct play, I feel like this is actually the wrong one. And, okay, here's also the thing, right? We still don't know if it's all dungeons. He still needs to do GTG if it's all dungeons. If it's not, he saved a whole bunch of time. But even then, ACC's still ahead of him by, like, 10 minutes? He's a full Spirit Temple over him. Where has the time gone for MikeKatz, do you think? I mean, Ice Cavern, that's one place. If he never did Ice Cavern and did all of this, then he would be where ATC is right now. But even so, that's still, like, a lot more checks ATC has done over MikeKatz.
Here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's only a time loss if you don't need the stuff there. So, like, ATC's down places. So, like, technically, ATC lost time on, you know, long shot and boomerang and stuff if they're not required, which we are not sure yet still.
Yes, we're not sure.
But, like, in MikeKatz's situation, it's just, like, his time loss is just, like, I guess, checking sporadic checks. Maybe his routing was just bad?
But that's kind of surprising to me, because he was the first to get explosives.
That's why I'm confused. I'm like,
He
he
had bomb
played
shoot.
for
He got
like
hammer.
if he came back to fire for the thought that this is in logic now, but you played the whole rest of the seed saying I have bomb shoes F the logic.
Yeah.
You see why I have like a huge disconnect here on this?
Yeah, I feel that. And he had the bomb shoes to do this. He had enough. MikeKatz is going all in. So if Magic is up here, then suddenly MikeKatz just pulled a huge lead.
Yeah.
In fact, he would be in go mode, pretty much.
Yeah, he'd be. He would. I don't know. I'm intrigued. If it pays off, more power to him. But like, I don't know.
I mean, I can certainly understand. Statistically, Magic's not going to be up here. There's always Spirit Temple. There's Bottom the Well. There's Jabu. Although he doesn't know where the boomerang is, to be fair, since he hasn't gotten it.
How many checks is there supposed to be left in fire? Like 2? Per what ATZ did, is there like 2?
I believe 2, because he has 1 small key now, which means there's 2 keys left. Compass, Scarecrow, Megaton, High Score. So yeah, 2 good checks left. So
I think if the Magic's here, this swings all in MikeKatz's favor. Because I don't think ATZ comes back for a third dip, thinking, well, there's something else.
But at this point, do you think I should have done Deep Fire, or is he going straight for Water Sample? He's going to probably check the GTG checks. There are 3 good checks there. Downside is...
Yeah,
well,
he gets 3 checks, and then he gets to route straight into, what, water?
Water
No,
Sample.
you don't. Yeah, you have to route in the water because you need magic. So yeah, he checks the
Well,
3
he has
checks.
Serenade anyway.
No, he gets 4 checks because he's gonna go check light arrows.
That's true. You're absolutely correct.
He lost nothing. Per this routing, he gets 3 checks in GTG. He gets light arrows, and then he goes straight to Water Temple because he's looking for magic.
So whilst MikeKatz did get the hammer about an hour earlier, it hasn't helped him because ATZ just routed all the hammer checks in quite nicely. I was honestly not expecting this. I thought MikeKatz would have had would be almost neck and neck with ATZ at least because of those explosives, because he would have routed all those grottos in a lot better, whereas ATZ had no bomb shoes, had no hammer. He got the first explosives an hour later after MikeKatz, but it didn't matter.
So Mike needs one of the. He's got 2 checks left. He needs one of them to pay up.
Come on, magic. If magic is here, then
I mean, it makes it a it makes it a play. Like it's something.
But if it turns out that it's actually bottom of the world and it's all dungeons, ATZ has Jabu over him and GTG over him. That's about 25 minutes of time.
So MikeKatz needs this to be
either
he needs this to be the check. He needs this to be whatever the check is, so he can get out instead of
one
having
down.
to climb.
Yep. The last check is a key.
So he needs to get out. He was wrong. He was right for silvers. He was wrong to go further.
Is he going Water Temple or is he going to GTG? I hope he's doing GTG.
Big brain for water. I mean, as chat said, he really doesn't like GTG.
He's going for GTG. Even you'd have to be insane to do a GTG you've already unlocked because you have the card over Water Temple without long shot.
If magic's in water, though, it's done.
I mean, yes, but statistically, you know.
But at the same time, you're wrong to do something that's not required when you have two dungeons still that are.
Yeah, he really should be heading to Spirit at this point as well. You are correct, because it's required, and he's gonna find the Requiem there. Then he's probably feeling a little bit bad because he could have gotten that at GTG, or like he could have just grabbed the song, and then he could have just walked there rather than going to Serenade, going on Epona, going through the Lake Hylia, Hyrule Field, going across the bridge. It's gonna take ages to get there when he could have just grabbed the song.
Yo, ATZ was having a ice time in GT.
Man, GTG's been pretty cold lately. Because if it's not all dungeons, then goddamn.
I mean, on the bright side, he is going to pick up his nice all light arrows here, so that's good. Big shame for Mike.
Okay, this check. Whenever I've exited GTG, like I find hammer there, I always forget this check. And every time I've forgotten it, it's actually bitten me. And it's always had a required item. So AZ is going to be so happy to remember this. And picks up the light arrows.
He's going to water. Water song?
Yes, water song.
Sure is.
I mean, what else can he do? He's done everything. Besides random checks to the child.
He can do ice.
He doesn't need the song, though. Unless it's Saria's.
Unless it's Saria's. I mean, look, magic on Frog Song.
Okay.
Oh wait, and it's not even worth actually checking that early because.
I mean, he has Nocturne. He can just check that first before Ice Cannon.
Did this man just jump the gate because he didn't? Okay.
Unbelievable.
What a man.
Absolute madman. He just knows he doesn't ever need to open this gate anymore because
he better hope he doesn't need to reverse.
Well, no, he never needs to. Or actually, no, he's ignoring GTG.
I said he's been ignoring the hell out of GTG.
I mean, if it's not all dungeons, is the correct play. If it is all dungeons, then get your Fs out, I guess.
Have to pay respects. Back in my day, F meant Flash, okay? League of Legends days. Might be.
I'm more of a Dota boy myself. Forgive me. Ah, we've been paired together. Don't we have to fight it out now? Is
To
that
the
how this
death.
works?
To the death.
To the death. Okay. So, at this point, ATC is banking that it's all dungeons, because there's really not much else he can do. It's either all dungeons, or it's some random child checks. And I don't blame him for doing this, because there's not many random child checks he can do over Song of Storms bottom of the well. And if it's going to be...
Look, if you're going to go back to child, you better be doing bottom of the well, okay?
Yeah, like...
At this point.
At this point, yeah. Well, I suppose also think about this, like... Although... MikeKatz is more of an adult player, I believe, so maybe ATC is thinking... I suppose you could think, if Magic's in those child checks and I've missed it, then I've lost anyway, so let's just do this.
I mean, yeah. Dude, I'm still mentally torn on that concept of leaving here and going back to fire. For MikeKatz, at least.
MikeKatz just hates G2G, apparently.
Magic's in child fishing, the call out by JFM. I mean...
It's possible. Kokiri's sword isn't bottom of the well.
Kokiri's in bottom of the well.
Oh, that would be rough. Though, to be fair, in ATZ's case, let's say it is actually child fishing, and that's a damn good call out, well played, if it is that. It's still child checks. ATZ's going to be finishing all of his child stuff then, so it just depends when he would do child fishing, right? It's not like, oh, bottom of the well, find an item, go adult. It's just, I need the magic, and child checks is the only thing that's left.
I mean, how is his adult checks versus child checks right now, anyway?
The only thing he has not done is Ice Cavern.
So yeah, that's 4, 5, 6, 7 checks then?
And the only bean he can't do is Requiem, because he'd have to come back as a child and then come back as an adult. He can do the Kakariko one with Boomerang.
True.
Yeah, HC skipped the thing because he just didn't need to, I guess. Although he did
step
Child
away
Spirit.
for 1 second though, so be right back.
Okay, sure. I'll man the fort in the meantime. So, MikeKatz is, I would say, roughly around 12 minutes behind ATC. And if he ignores GTG, then 12 minutes. But if he does do GTG, then he is, like, about just under 30 minutes behind. Because GTG takes a damn long time, and he has to run all the way there. Whereas A to Z is just progressing in Water Temple and just going and going and going. He's going to assume it's all dungeons, and perhaps it is actually Song of Storms that's locking the magic, and then it's wrapped up. If it's not all dungeons, MikeKatz might have a shot. Unfortunately, I think the best shot he might have had was Ice Cavern, and there was nothing there in its prelude. If it was Saria's song, at least he could go back and do those child checks and do Frogs 2 and those Saria song checks. But unfortunately, that's not the case. The Ice Cavern was a complete dud. So he has that weighing on his conscience, whereas A to Z has only done required things if it's all dungeons. Matching Textile Grotto? Textile Grotto has already been done, unfortunately. Yeah. So A to Z, doing the boss key first. Now, Water Temple is really a fun temple. Honestly, it's one of my favorite temples, purely because you can eliminate checks based on where keys are. Because there's only 4 good checks in Water Temple. Welcome back. There's only 4 good checks in Water Temple. So, as you do checks, you can kind of guess what you don't need to do and really speed it up.
Did we find anything in water, or are we just save quitting right now?
Save quitting. He save scums a boss key.
You're right.
Now, I have a question for you. So, Water Temple. Let's say you find the boss key. Do you just kill Morpher and leave Water Temple, or do you fully clear it? Because ADC did not fully clear Deep Fire.
You can save scum like all of water, so I think you just save scum all of water, and then...
Though, to be fair, you can just check how many good items you have, right?
Yeah, I mean, he can like cross-reference how many chests he's found versus keys. He has everything to check it, so there's no reason not to check it while he's here.
Well, initially, I thought, I don't think Magic's going to be in Vault in the World, but I think it is 100% in there now. And if it is Vault in the World, this has actually been quite a fast seed. Like, Shadow and Spirit being required, if it's Vault in the World, it's go mode at that point. Finish Shadow in 10-12 minutes. And then you're just good to go. I imagine this seed's going to be ending at 3 hours and 20 minutes, 3 hours 30 minutes.
I was about to say, is it sub 4?
It is absolutely sub 4.
Is there anything that can change that stops it from being a sub? Frog Song?
Frog Song. No. Here's what it could be. Song of Storms into Kokiri Sword because it's there. Into Lens of Truth minigame. Maybe that's the crazy route to make it really long, and that's the last check you do as a child. Yes, 20 skulls has been checked. Sculptures were not required to seed. So we'll see if ADC continues on or kills Morpher.
It just seems like the big issue with lengthened seeds is generally the skulls.
The skulls are an odd one. I mean, 10 and 20, they're not too bad if you get sculptures right in front of you. So they'll take like 5 seconds per skull, 6 seconds. But when you start going out of the way for skulls here and there, it adds up really quick. If suddenly it takes an extra 10 seconds to get one skull and you do that for 10 of them, that's an extra minute and a half for one check.
That's quite true.
And that's
quick
a
math.
long time for one check. Quick maths.
But, so what we got here is MikeKatz is still trailing.
Yeah, MikeKatz is still trailing.
I don't know, man. Like, we could hope, you know... Oh, he hasn't... Interesting. He has boss key.
Yeah, AZ has boss key. He's going, you know what? All dungeons.
Did he check?
He has not done the Dark Link or the River Chest, which have to be items, I believe, because he has the boss key.
Yeah. I didn't see what all he saved quitted on before I got here, so I was...
Now, he's done the first 3. He might not have done Compass Chest. But he's done the Central Bow, he found boss key, and now he's here. So Morpher quick kill was actually probably one of the easiest quick kills to do. All you simply do is just long shot it, A to Z, like that. Chuck him in the corner, like so. Move to the middle, slash, jump slash, and crouch stab like hell. And that's the quick kill done. It's a really easy quick kill that you should be able to do every time.
I've done 15 crouch stabs with a big Goron sword because I forgot to store my jump slash.
Oh,
that's a fun. Mike is skipping long shot. Ooh.
Oh no, MikeKatz is just he's just going for it. The thing is though, when you're in MikeKatz's position, what do? It's GTG, or it's those off checks in Spirit, which had the long shot for all dungeons. So, essentially, if this is all dungeons, then this is... I think it's over, because I don't think MikeKatz is going to be coming back for those checks. He's going to be doing GTG, realize, okay, I found Boomerang, I've done it all, and then come back for long shot, and it's just going to be a mess. He then needs to do Jabu, then needs to do Water Temple, because ATZ has already done everything MikeKatz is about to do.
Yeah, I think at this point, MikeKatz is just sweating, trying to hope for the best. Yo, you ready for... Yo, magic? Magic?
Here?
Magic?
It's possible. This is long shot locked.
Gold skill dive?
I mean, it's possible it's here. I love that trick MikeKatz just did. It's just so simple and so satisfying. It's just
the backflip.
Okay, is magic here? Nope.
I mean, isn't it magic in itself if you can make just ice appear out of nothing?
Maybe. I'm not sure how. I don't think magic works like that.
If you knew how magic works, we'd all have magic, right? You could sell that. You'd be a millionaire.
You're right. Damn it. I should have sold it.
The real magic was all the friendships made along the way.
Aw, that's so sweet. And also, wrong. So, in any case, ATC is, assuming all dungeons, he's going to be going bottom of the well. And we'll see if magic's in there. The instant ATC gets magic, he bails, he does Shadow Teleport, heals Ganondorf, and it's over. No, he never checked the song at Burning Track, so it could very well be Frogs 2 or the Saria song checks. That is possible.
I mean, I feel like... Is Frog Song really more troll, though, than having the all dungeon and then go into bottom of the...
I mean, you need the song storms anyway to do any of the frogs.
True.
So are you a fan of Twin Rover? The boss itself?
Wait, what about Twin Rover?
Are you a fan of the boss fight? Because MikeKatz is on it now. So
it's alright. Phase 2's more fun because I don't have to think.
That's true. The first phase... I mean, I used to think Twin Rover was all RNG, but with good hookshot usage, you should be able to get 4 hits fairly regularly, sometimes 5, because there is a little bit of RNG involved.
See, I only dislike Twin Rover because of sometimes when you hit him with the 4 cycle and it just ignores it for like 2 more turns.
Oh yes, that is quite annoying.
I was like, I don't know why, but okay, I'm just gonna avoid you.
Though I think if you hookshot spam after the 4th hit, it pretty much eliminates the possibility of that. So you're saving a few seconds. I mean, wasting a few seconds to save quite a bit of time.
Oh, okay.
But I've never tried that myself, but I have seen people mention it. You can sometimes get unlucky with RNG. This fight is not totally able to be done 100% time at a time. There is RNG involved to make it really fast, but it's not purely RNG. Which is what I used to think. But then I got practice and I got a lot better at Twin Rover. Then I realized there's actually a lot of skill involved to doing this boss fight fast.
I actually hate doing this Twin Rover with a big Goron sword, especially on phase 2, because you're like trying to be ready to attack, but you can't have the sword out and the shield.
Oh yes, it's quite funny when you do that, because I've done that where, okay, I need to block with the big Goron sword. Wait a minute, the big Goron sword, I want the mirror shield, and then I missed the spell, then I've got to wait.
It's even worse if you don't get a 1 cycle, and then you have to swap between because you miss the 1, and they throw like 11 of the other types at you because you're...
Twin Rover, if you do not 1 cycle her 2nd phase, it's actually the worst, because you could be wasting actually minutes because of that mistake. So, ATZ, is magic in here? Let us know. Is the well a trap? Or is it what you need to do for the magic? Because this is the tournament brackets. You don't need magic or lens of truth to do any of this. All of this is in logic. And we know the Kokiri sword is in here, so dead hand is... Oh, no. Tournament brackets. Don't need it for that. So even then...
But we know Kokiri sword in here, which means you get to do fishing.
Shell fishing is possible. Okay, so... No, MikeKatz will be finishing Spirit Temple over GCG. It's the correct play for Water Temple, but he still needs to do GTG for Javu.
He actually never got the song.
He never got the song, right? Oh. If you're a MikeKatz, do you think, damn, I should have picked this up?
Wait, what is this man doing? This man's crazy. He's got a boomerang. Why are you doing this, ATZ?
He just hates that redead.
But He did nothing wrong. He lived a good life.
Still no magic, ACZ.
But that's 2 keys. So 1 more key and it's all checks.
Pretty much. If it's on some random child check. I mean, let's assume the worst case scenario. What checks have they not done that they could have done?
Oh, you got called out, by the way. It's a Gibdo, not a Readout.
It's a Gibdo? Really? They have different names?
Yeah, they have different names.
Wow. I didn't know that. By the way, Kikiri sword found.
Yeah, neat.
What if Mike makes the Sari's play and wins? I mean, it's possible.
But yeah, so the Gibdos are like disgusting compared to Readouts because they have like a much wider range and farther range. If you've ever noticed.
Yeah, I have noticed.
One sucks worse.
Gibdos are assholes, Redeads are chill. Fair
Exactly.
enough. I didn't know they had different names. Because they basically do the same thing. One's just wrapped in toilet paper.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they can do the double freeze more often than the Redeads, I find. Okay, so. Wow. MikeKatz is ignoring GGG. He's mad. He's insane.
Hey, if he finds magic, he wins.
Yes. If he finds magic in Saria's song, he wins. So, either it's ATZ with the statistically more likely a play with Bottom of the Well, or it's MikeKatz with the absolute ball of Saria's song play. Like, there's no other way to describe it. If it's actually Saria's song, then that's insane.
I just don't know, man.
Oh,
Magic.
never mind.
Out.
AZ is getting out of there. But it's not over yet. The double magic could still be found. It could still be Saria's song. Or Darunia's. Never mind, Bombshy Bolly. MikeKatz, get out of there. You don't need to do that. Use that Saria's song. Come on.
I mean, what's Saria's song? It doesn't exist. Per tracker, he doesn't have it.
Oof. Pulled out.
Actually, it wasn't Saria's song. What was Saria's song?
Nocturne.
No, nobody's got Nocturne.
No. The Nocturne check.
That's what I'm saying. Nobody can check Nocturne, right?
Yeah, of course it can.
Oh, okay.
Just the War Medallion has been checked off.
Gotcha. It's like, dude, he doesn't have. That's like, he can't even check it. And I look back and like, oh, it's Spirit.
Clearly, MikeKatz is just RBA to War Medallion and just heading off.
Dude, he's actually gonna check the 1 in 32 chance again and hope for the best of. In theory, it could be the other magic.
In theory, you're right. Lens of Truth, Ganon's Castle, and double magic could be there. It's possible.
It's just crazy enough to work.
It's crazy enough to work, yeah. That's the longest blink that you've ever had, Rags GT.
By a blink, he meant like 40 winks, which means he was sleeping.
Unbelievable. So does MikeKatz go for the play?
He doesn't know, but does he? I mean, it's daytime. He can't.
He has Sun Song. No, he's not opting to do it. I really want to find the seed and the log.
I want to see the log. I want to know where the other magic is.
It's probably Ganon's Castle.
Dude, okay, real talk.
Okay.
If it was there, and he would have got it first try,
he would have won.
He would have been done like 30 minutes ago.
Yes, he would have won the seed. If it was actually there. So, ATZ is fully in go mode. He's going to finish Shadow Temple. He's going to finish Ganondorf. He's probably going to win. But MikeKatz is still looking for that magic. Saria's Song and Darunia's. He has to pray it's here. Because if it's here, he may be a few minutes behind, but it is possible he could still pull ahead. It is possible if the magic is here.
Okay, let's go.
Do you believe?
I don't, because it's on Treasure Chest minigame, dude.
Ah, of course, yeah. Oh, go.
Okay, Magic could be on golds.
Ganon Castle Fairy? I mean, sure, I guess. Okay, if the light arrows are in Ganon's castle, like Light Trail, MikeKatz would actually be feeling really happy about it. But he's found the light arrows. The golds don't matter. Unless magic is Ganon Castle Fairy.
Second magic. He would have to know that second magic could only be there, not first. Well, yeah, you're right. Never mind.
Yeah.
I'm talking out my ass.
It's not magic box. Although there's still Hot Rock on, actually. We've got this one.
For whatever reason, I thought you were talking about the light medallion, not the... I was like, oh, wait.
No. Alright, double magic. Are you here?
Lens of Truth. He...
That's not really what you wanted, MikeKatz. You wanted the other component to enter Shadow Temple. Oh, well, to do it. You wanted the magic, not the Lens of Truth.
Oh yeah, confirmed. Third strength upgrade was strength.
Strength Flux, yes. Because you needed Spirit's Temple to get Saras. MikeKatz is going to be doing the child checks and probably will be going through all of it.
Does he have
Find the
beans?
long shot. He has beans and he can plant it. At this point, like, do you think, man, I should have done GCG?
I think he's honestly at this point playing, if anything's in GTG, I already lost. And that's why he's avoiding it like the plague.
Mm-hmm. But if it was just the magic in GGG, this scene would have been over already, like quite a while ago. Like 20 minutes ago, I would say. So maybe he's thinking there's no magic in there at this point. Like maybe it's all dungeons and this boomerang.
Self-meta game.
Yeah, this
Literally metaing self. Just as a reminder, it's actually not over until ATZ actually kills Ganon, because the Ganon fight is essentially a minigame, and we've seen how the minigames for ATZs have gone today.
I mean, yeah, it is a minigame. It's a game unto itself. It's possible. Look, I have not seen anyone fail Ocarina game twice. I've also not seen anyone fail Ganon on the stream. So who knows? Maybe ATC does a slip up. And in which case, okay, let me just clarify this. If you die to Ganon, do you have to do the castle escape sequence?
Yes, it's 5 minutes lost.
Jesus, that's a walk of shame right there. The magic was in the well. So this wasn't all dungeon seed? Right? Because what other checks are there that have not been done?
I don't know. Honestly, it's just like, so I guess you have the strength upgrade. So you can
Ganon
do
Castle
the Ganon Castle Fairy.
Yes. So if magic was there, then this was not all dungeons. What other checks are there?
Treasure chest minigame.
But you need magic for that. So I can't really count that unless you just do a
I
MikeKatz
mean,
and pull it off.
Rather lucky than good, right?
I think it's just Ganon Castle Fairy that we have not seen. That is not related to all dungeons.
I mean, Dark Link.
True, Dark Link and all of that.
And I wouldn't say it's related to all dungeons because it's not required to beat the dungeon to do.
You don't need the long shot. You can just go in there right now. There's also the effects.
I honestly am surprised. So what? Let's look at it this way. What are we missing? We're missing what? Fiora's Wind?
FW, yeah.
Ice Arrows?
That means Bongo's out of logic. ATZ can't do it, right?
Yeah, ATZ can't do it without ices.
Exactly.
Is it one wallet upgrade?
One wallet upgrade?
Because I know current build has 2 more wallet upgrades, so that's why I wanted to make sure it was only 1.
Yep. Just 1.
A bottle?
A bottle, a bow upgrade, and a bomb upgrade.
I think that's everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. I mean, and finishing the rest of Shadow, but
Yeah.
obviously,
I mean,
if second magic was in Shadow, then it's all over anyways.
Yeah, if
it was
he
100%.
finds double magic in here, then it is wrapped up. What cost MikeKatz all this time? Because ATZ has GG and Jabu over him right now. Where did it all go? Even though MikeKatz found explosives first and routed things like Lost Woods more efficiently, and like getting grottos as he was walking around, what was it?
I feel like his mid game was not like he spent a lot of time. Like look how many times he's gone past GTG.
Yeah.
Ignored. He's like explicitly just not wanting to do.
Because that's true, and he had to go to Requiem a second time to do Spirit Temple because it was vanilla. Nice gold, silver scale, by the way.
Yeah, not getting the song Spirit Hurt. What else? I mean,
Yeah, the song
leaving
Spirit hurt a
leaving fire didn't help.
bit. That definitely did not help.
I mean, here's the other thing.
Do you think his adult route early actually hindered him a lot?
I'm not even exactly sure. I mean, because look at it. Look at it this way. Mm-hmm. He's still missing. He's down 2 dungeons on him.
Mm-hmm.
2.5 dungeons. We'll say he's halfway through Shadow right now, right?
Okay.
So he's down 2 dungeons on him. One was one's Jabu. One was quick-ish water. He didn't do GTG. The only thing that MikeKatz has over ATZ is he did what? Ice?
Ice Cavern? That's
I'm pretty sure that's it.
So yeah, Ice Cavern. MikeKatz finding the long shot. We'll see where he decides to go from here. Having a little bit of a think. What's he planning to do? Probably plant the beam. So yeah, in the meantime, I think MikeKatz adult route honestly cost him a lot of time because he did Mino skip. ATZ played Minuet and saved a couple minutes. He went into DMC to do like 1 or 2 checks. ATZ did all of it at once. Well, did he do all of it at once? He grabbed Bolero and then I think failed, but he had Bolero. MikeKatz had to walk there.
It's hard to compare how far he is behind without seeing, him do the exact same things.
Yeah. But on the flip side, because of that route, he managed to blow open the rocks to Goron City, so he could go as a child, and he found bomb shoes, which let him get the hammer. He had ways to open grottos like an hour earlier than ATZ, but it just didn't really work. Do you think ATZ doing his Skull Mask in the first 30 minutes actually saved him a whole bunch of time? Because he routed all of that in with Lost Woods.
It's weird, because the other thing is where I think that MikeKatz did well with routing early, I think he misrouted other things at the same time. It's just like, okay, he got the bombs early. He got the bomb too super early, which means he should have been ahead. He got light arrows. Wasn't that big of a deal because it's just light arrows. If it had been anything else, it'd have been a huge deal.
Yes.
But then when ATZ caught up, I feel like he caught up all at once.
Yeah, he just poured everything on. Yeah, I guess you're right. The adult cake. Okay, let's go back a bit. Sure, he got explosives. He got Megaton Hammer. It didn't really achieve anything. What was in grottos? The hammer, sure, light arrows.
His lead didn't lead to a further lead.
Yes, and it just kind of stagnated.
I think that's the best way to say it. Is his lead didn't give him more. It just said, okay, that's it. You did your things that you can do with these items. Okay, there's nothing else here.
But if there was something, the lead would just explode.
Like if Hammer, like if Grottos and stuff would have had stuff on hand, like if Hammer would have opened up Grottos that had items, or if it would have opened up, more items than just.
If Silver Gauntlets were where light arrows are instead.
Yeah, like he had leads. There,
But
we can't say that Mike didn't have leads. What we can say is they didn't lead to more.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment. And because of that, the hammer play didn't save him any time. In fact, it lost him time because he had to walk around a bunch. Nice bow upgrade. Because ADC played Minuet, saved about 2 minutes, didn't have to do minor skip or go through Goron City. Played Bolero, that's a bit more time saved there. ADC did have to do Dodongo twice, which MikeKatz did have over him. He did it all in one go. And then
Dang, what a
various other
shame.
movements.
I was really hoping that was magic. He's at Ganon's fountain, Ganon Castle Fairy.
What drops? I wasn't paying attention to his screen.
Heart, not a piece of heart, not a yeah.
Oof. Oh, MikeKatz. Regardless, I think MikeKatz has played pretty well. I loved watching his early route. It was very unique.
Agreed to Bloody Biscuits, by the way. He did nothing wrong. He just didn't get rewarded for doing everything that he did do. Whereas when ATZ started getting stuff, they led to more and more stuff that
he just kept going on
MikeKatz then had to, in turn, trail himself.
Basically, ATZ just fell into the better route. It's not necessarily that MikeKatz had a bad route. You could say it's pretty good. In fact, I would say potentially it could have been game-winning if there was something behind Hammer. And there was. It was just the light arrows, unfortunately. If there was a strength upgrade or something like that, MikeKatz probably would be winning right now. But unfortunately, the lead didn't continue. And then he just trailed off and went all the way behind AZ and just did what he was doing. I think that's probably the best way to put this.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it could have, whoever got rewarded and stayed rewarded. It's just like it's just how it rolled.
However, I have one thing to add. Let's say there was let's say this. Silver Gauntlets was the Hammer Rock chest. Would MikeKatz still ignore GTG at that point? Because if he did, you needed to do GTG to beat this seed.
I don't know, because like as people have mentioned, he does not like GTG, and I'm not familiar with him personally to know what his route experience is. But if he does not like GTG, a lot of people will just ignore it. But at the same time, in a head-to-head perspective, if you think somebody's already checked it and you assume, hey, if anything important was there, if it would have ended me, then I'll stay out of it. Like,
it makes sense.
That's how some of the runners have been playing, is they avoid something because at this, at X point in the run, if you thought that there was actually something there at that point, if they already had it, you'd be trailing and it was over. The second you start trailing, if say like in this case, MikeKatz started trailing, the second that ATZ didn't give up any of his lead because everything led into everything, he held a pretty healthy lead.
I agree with Jeff. I would have, in that case, I still would have gone Spirit. But I'm just wondering, would he still have skipped GTG to the very end? That's the real question.
I think at this point, though, he would have had to. That other magic is either in Ganon's castle or it's in behind the first magic.
Pretty much. It could be like Haunted Wasteland, the Composer Grave, something like that.
I mean, we've just hit so many checks at this point. Like, there's not many left.
There's not many. There's actually one thing that ADC has had over Mike. Big Goron Sword. It's actually helped a lot with some fights. Like, it's going to speed up Bongo Bongo. It's going to make one cycle very easy to do. It's going to make Ganondorf a lot safer. Twin River was slightly faster. Both these players know how to do Twin River very easily with the Master Sword, so perhaps not a big issue there. But for other fights, it's just Big Goron makes it a little bit faster.
Yo, did you know that you can do Bongo Bongo without ice arrows? Because now I'm confused.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I didn't see him pull out ice arrows once.
Is this a new strat?
Yo, can we check his system for hacks?
I think we just discovered a new strat, everyone.
New strat, let's go.
Bongo without
Time
ice
save.
just changes everything.
I'm curious where ice arrows are too. I think they're also in
Ganondorf
I'd say they're
chest.
probably in Ganon. Yeah.
Bosky chest.
But yeah. What is this? Sub 330 at this point, would you say?
Sub 30? Yes, 100%. Honestly, I was expecting a longer. This isn't all Dungeon Seed that's sub 330. That's actually crazy to me. G to G was required, Bottom of the Well was required, still sub 330 all dungeons.
To be honest, I would have. Could they have done all checks though in like 4 hours? That's the
Possibly.
question. There.
And you know what's really weird? 8 seeds didn't have explosives for like an hour and a half in.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like I would have taken like 4.5 hours to do this seed.
this would have been a 5.5 hour seed for me, easy.
I feel like I would have done Ice Cap. Though, I feel like I would have done G to G into Requiem, and then realized, okay, I don't need to do Ice Cap unless there's something there.
So we're running to Ganon's castle while MikeKatz is continuing to look for magic.
Mm-hmm. But he will be, unfortunately, upset unless he... It could be Dark Link or River Chest. Double Magic could be there, but I feel like it's gonna be in Ganon's castle at this point.
We can always ask, you know, at the end, hey, what's the seed say?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's got a log.
The climb to Ganon. I'd say the most stressful part about climbing to Ganon is the first ones, the lizards. Sometimes they could just be an absolute pain. I would rather deal with the Stalfos than those two.
I don't know, man. I'd rather deal with the. I'd rather just deal with Ganon. Can we just skip everything on the way to?
Just skip everything.
I mean, everyone's seen it once. You've seen it twice. Hey,
He
man.
even opens it. He must be so confident he's got this in the bag.
Did we find validation, Rupee?
Wow. What is he doing?
He doesn't know what color he wants, okay?
He's choosing what color he wants. What is this madness?
I think it'd be funnier if he lost by half a second because he changed his colors.
Oh, that would have been hilarious. I think AZ is super confident at this point. What an absolute meme. Oh, it's not back though.
Fashion Link. Yeah, let's go.
Look, people say getting checks is important, finding your items. No. The most important thing about Randomizer is the fashion. You have to pick the correct tunic for the right occasion.
Look, if you're gonna dance with Ganon and play tennis, I mean, you might as well look nice doing it, right?
So, because ATC has the big Goron sword, Ganondorf one cycle is really simple. So with the big Goron sword, you need 5 crouch stabs or jump slashes at him in wherever. So you can get 3 hits for free, and then the next 2 hits are 2 frame windows. If you had the Master Sword, you have to do 7 2 frame windows. And that's actually quite difficult. So we'll see if AC can pull it off. He should be able to pull it off with the big Goron sword. It's not too difficult.
I mean, it should be pretty alright. He's set up though. Yo, wait, he doesn't have a bottle. What is this shenanigans?
Oh, he's just going in for it. Absolute madman. Doesn't even need a bottle. There we go.
I thought he messed up because he missed that second hit. It's like, oh wait, the first 3 are free.
Yeah, the first 3 are free, pretty much. Well, there's a small amount of time where it's basically free and you can get free hits. You can.
He was able to stand up, walk towards the man, and be like, "Yo, while you're down there, mind if I hit you more?"
He just looked it dead in the eyes. Oh, you know what would be the ultimate BM play? not jump slashing here.
I don't think he thinks he's that far ahead.
Nah.
You don't put a hammer on your items unless you plan on jump slashing, right?
Pretty much, yeah. And, okay, sure. You could say, oh, you're on Ganon, right? You're gonna win. We've had races finish between 14 seconds between the races. For all AZ knows, MikeKatz could be framed perfectly the same position, like, right now. Like, they could be looking at Ganon, Navi could be like, oh no, what's going on? And Ganon could be going crazy at the same time for both races. So, let's see how well HC does. He has stored the jump slash, and he's going in for the hit to the tail with the Mega Sun Hammer. One more should do it. That's a pretty good phase one, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, it seems pretty routine.
You think after all these runs, Zelda would just throw the sword over the fire at this point?
I mean, she's standing right next to it, so I think there's just like, a Thor concept going on here where only, the chosen one can pull.
Oh, I see. Alright.
So we're coming up on time.
Sub 330. All dungeons.
Sub
GTG.
325, right?
Yes, sub 325. That's insane. All dungeons, GTG required, bottom well required. Sub 325. HC has a sword glow blue and kills Ganon with a very impressive time.
Good time. Does MikeKatz continue?
23.
Wonder if he
GG well
knows
played.
yet. GG though. That was a good run. That was a great run.
It was a great one. Honestly, I think we managed to capture like what happened to MikeKatz. MikeKatz had a good route. Unfortunately, it didn't pay off.
ATT and MikeKatz will be joining us shortly for an interview.
Okay.
Alright, coolio.
Have you got your questions ready?
Hello?
Hey,
What's
ATC, how's
up?
it going? Congratulations. So how do you feel about that seed? All dungeons, G2G, bottom of the well, sub 325.
That seed was basically made for me. Just my play style. I felt like I knew exactly everything that I had to do at like almost every single moment in the seed.
You
It's
just
really, really
entered
good.
the matrix and you just went ham. You just went to every single check. So 20 minutes in, 25 minutes in, you did Skullmask and found Hollow Boots. Did you think it was wrapped up at that point?
No. I figured Mike would do Skull Mask.
Mm-hmm.
Did he do it? Was that right?
He did
he
do it
did-
about an hour and 20 minutes in.
Yeah,
Okay.
he didn't do
That's
it that
later-
early. No.
That's later than I expected. I was actually trying to match him on doing Skull Mask. That was why I did it.
We talked about that early, how you've mentioned before that you have been trying to play to the same playstyle as your opponent. So I
Yeah.
was assuming, I was just like, man, we're like, why is he rushing the Skull Mask so quick?
Yeah, he said he was gonna gamble, so
Oh,
Well,
he
did
gambled.
go into Lens of Truth.
Yeah,
the
he
minigame.
tried the minigame once.
He got 3 keys in, I think. Which isn't too bad.
yeah, I think the point that I knew I had a huge lead was when Requiem was vanilla.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as I found that, because I know Mike hates doing GTG, I figured he would put off GTG for
Ice Cavern.
a really long time, and then when I found it there, I was like, all right, I have a huge lead. So then when I
Yeah,
went
'cause
back
Ice
child
Cavern-
and I found long shot, at that point I was like, okay, I have a huge lead. I'm just gonna go ahead and do Jabu, in the case that it is all dungeons.
Mm-hmm. So when you found the Song of Storms hint, did you just assume it's all dungeons, just in case? Like, at what point did you
No.
know it's all dungeons?
Right after Spirit, I was pretty sure it was all dungeons, and that was why I went water right away. I don't know, just the way that the seed was going. I wasn't willing to rush it right away. I did, like I said, I did Jabu because I thought I had a huge lead at that point, so I was gonna use some of my lead on Jabu just in case.
Okay.
And then after that, I guess going back into fire, I found silvers. I thought maybe that was something else he might not have done.
I mean, this is Roundabout 1, Deep Fire.
Yeah,
Deep
exactly.
fire.
Hey, MikeKatz, how's it going? A good race.
Yo guys.
Yo, GG, Mike.
GG.
So, MikeKatz, what did you think about this seed?
Well, not much. I don't think I would have done anything different from what I did.
We were actually
yeah.
discussing this, like, why there was such a time difference. Honestly, we liked your route a lot, and it could have paid off big because you did a completely different route to ADZ. It's just there was nothing behind the hammer really except light arrows. If the silver gauntlets were there instead, I feel like you would have won this. For example.
Yeah, like I was trying to look back at the run and see what I could have done different, but I don't see anything, to be honest. Like, I'm perfectly fine with what I did.
Yeah, it's just the route you chose just wasn't as good as one as A to Z. There was nothing wrong with the route. It's just how it is, unfortunately.
So,
go ahead, Carl.
So it's been bugging me since it happened because it was either like a huge big brain play or something. So Mike, you did horseback archery, and then you left and went back to deep fire. What was that? Just trying to avoid GTG, or where did you come up with that? Because it was clearly the right play because you found silvers, but just what was the reasoning?
Well, that's kind of weird, but it makes more sense if you at that point I was actually seeing Spirit, better said the fortress as one big dungeon together with Spirit. So I knew I had to do the guards, like the carpenters. Sorry, I had to get Gerudo card. So that was progression for me, and I was hoping to find silver gauntlets in the rocks, in the hammer rocks, or in the chest up there, or in archery. But then, if that failed, I was like done with that part of progression. And then GTG was kind of a gamble, so I just went back to finish fire.
Unfortunately, you had to do GGG for this because it was an all dungeon seed. Boomerang was in there.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I wasn't thinking about all dungeons. I thought about it at the start, but then I was expecting to get long shot or boomerang like early on, and I never saw those, so I just kind of forgot about it.
ATC got that a lot earlier than you. Because he went into GG, found boomerang, went into Spirit as a child, found long shot, and then just started doing all dungeons pretty much at that point.
Yeah, if I had them, I would have done all dungeons. I actually started Jabu very early on, and I would have continued doing all dungeons if I had found like the boomerang or long shot early on. But just at that point, just seemed more correct to actually go for like non-all dungeons.
So there was a really strange start from both of you because you did completely opposite things. So what ACC did was pretty much standard free song route. He rushed Skull Mask essentially. But MikeKatz, you just went after Mido, you just skipped Kakiri Sword Chest, went straight Adult Kak, and then you opened the way for Goron City, and then you didn't find anything there, but on your child route you came back and actually found Bomb Shoes, like very early. And then you found the hammer in the first 35-40 minutes because you followed the way of the hero hint, because you went to Zora's River. Whereas the first explosives or hammer AZ got was about an hour and a half in with Bomb Bag. Which was above GTG.
Yeah, Bomb Bag is completely unnecessary in this seed. Most of the seeds, it's not actually super required. Like, it's really hard to have a seed in which you need the Bomb Bag or you're dead, actually.
Because Bomb Shoes pretty much do the same thing. The only thing that matters for is Hot Rod Goron, Bomb Shoe Bowling, and the Dongas if you don't have strength for whatever reason.
I feel like not finding explosives for a long time in the seed kind of helped me in a way.
Well,
'Cause-
yeah. So you were the one that didn't find explosives for a long time. MikeKatz had an interesting way of falling into.
So why would you say that? No explosives. We figured, we thought MikeKatz would be doing great because when he, let's say, he does Lost Woods, he can get all those grottos in at once, and then he just does things one at a time, doing a full sweep. Why would it help you to not have the explosives?
It just kind of kept me on track at that point, and it just pointed me in the exact direction that I needed to go, like GTG. If I would have had bombs, there's a chance that I would have done something completely different. I was gonna prioritize GTG pretty heavily against Mike regardless, but the fact that I wasn't able to do like so many other checks all around the world, that prevented me from like dipping fire, doing a bunch of stuff around Goron City, doing other stuff as child. Like it prevented a lot of stuff and just kind of pointed me directly to.
In a way, by following the logic of the seed, it was actually the best route to just play this logically.
Yeah, that was one of those cases where playing by the logic was really, really helpful.
Okay. So I have a question.
Asking.
Awkward silence.
Go ahead.
4 seconds. Let's go.
Oh damn! But I have a question for MikeKatz. So you chose Ice Cavern over Deep Fire. What was your process behind that? Why did you think Ice Cavern first? Was you just trying to find Requiem to avoid going through GTG again or around that area?
Yeah, I just wanted to see what was the song.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Yeah, because it was either there or Requiem Vanilla.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did was there at what point did you happen to start sweating at any, like, you know, sweating MikeKatz? Like you were just like, okay, if I haven't checked, you know, X check by this time, there's no point in checking it, or did you,
Not
how did you
quite.
feel you were, like, comparison, like going through seed, like, oh, found something you thought you might have found earlier versus later?
Not really. Like I feel like in the route I did, I actually executed pretty well and just chained everything together pretty well. Like at this point, I have all of the overworld cleared pretty much. And I guess if the seed wasn't all dungeons, I would have been done like a long time ago. I don't know. I had that feeling that I was just getting a lot of checks out of the way. So what I didn't know is what ATC was doing. Like I didn't know if I was behind or ahead at any given point.
I feel like
I
ATC.
didn't imagine.
I feel like ATC you were very confident at the end because you opened the boss key chest and then you just started cycling your tunics, just choosing what fashion to wear for Ganondorf.
I just wanted to show them off, you know.
That's fair. That's fair.
Doing it for the people. But yeah, when it was all dungeons, I was like, yeah, okay. Especially how fast I did all dungeons in this seed.
Yes.
I figured that there was no way that I lost at that point. I found magic.
I'm honestly
as well.
surprised, like, this time with all dungeons GTG and Bottom of the World required. I don't know how that's possible.
So I want to pick on ATZ just a little bit because it was a pretty popular joke.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Now do the good stuff. We gotta suggest the bad
So
stuff.
the light memes, you know. How did you feel about your minigame play, by the way?
Anything
it was fantastic, actually.
It was fantastic.
I only lost like 5 minutes to minigames this time. That was pretty good.
Per minigame, or
I failed to Ocarina game twice, I think.
Yes.
That was pretty
and
bad.
on the last note for one of them.
Yeah, so what I do for minigame, I have a notepad where I type it in, and for whatever reason, when I type it in and I try to do the notes off the notepad, my brain like can't register what I'm looking at because it's just muscle memory normally, right? Like my hands know what they have to do when I see the notes on screen, but when I see them written down as actual letters in a notepad, I like really struggle with it, and that's why all the time I play it super slow. And sometimes I just press the wrong button. Like, even though I'm looking exactly at what I should do, I just do it wrong.
Oof. And let's not forget about the
990
Oh, yeah.
archery 1000.
That one I was just not even paying attention. I was just spamming, and then I realized I lost. And I was like, oh.
Oh, that's a good point. You use letters for your directions, or do you actually not?
In my notepad? In my notepad, yeah, I actually use letters, which is
I actually
probably
do.
part of the reason why it's hard. I really should switch to using the arrows.
Yeah, we made several notes of those mini games that were just like, okay, well, he's done this one twice and this one
once.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So
Yeah,
it was pretty interesting, and we were trying to be like, well, MikeKatz has done this and this. It's like MikeKatz is leading right now, and he's not doing okay with these mini games. Like this gap's like starting to get kind of huge at this point. But then once you like flip the lead around, it just spiraled out of control for MikeKatz to catch up, and he ended up trailing.
Essentially, at like probably about 2 hours, MikeKatz was just trailing behind the entire way. And I feel like MikeKatz might have won this, honestly. It's just Hammer had something behind it.
So
that wasn't the light arrow.
here's another thought. Curious on MikeKatz. So was what you did like a standard route that you would have normally played, or did you also try to take a similar approach to how ATZ's been trying to play and study your opponent and change, per how they play?
Well, my route is always kind of different because I don't do. There's nothing I do in like a frequent fashion. I just route over the fly depending on what I get on the seed. I don't know what ATC has been doing with the initial routes and all that because I'm kind of lazy about watching other people's bots. So I never really studied any opponent in this tournament. So yeah, I had no idea what ATC could have used as the initial route. I know that he has several routes like me. So yeah, I don't know. I didn't really take time to actually try to foresee the route or anything.
Okay, I was curious because like ATZ said, he rushed the Skull Mask per how similar to how you would, but in comparison, your Skull Mask came much later than his.
Oh, I actually don't rush Skull Mask to me.
Yeah,
I thought that's how I interpreted what you said. I was like, wait, he goes for early Skull Mask? I was like, this was sub 30. Nobody.
Yeah, I knew Mike was gonna try to gamble, so Skull Mask was just one of those things that I wanted to do, just to get it done. Not necessarily because Mike does it right away. Usually, when I watch Mike, he goes early adult, and from what you guys said, he actually did that in the seed. But yeah. I just wanted to do Skull Mask like as early as I could, just get that out of the way, and then not have to worry about it because I thought for sure he would do it. That's pretty much it.
Okay, so gotcha. So with your playstyle, are you trying to do opposite of what your opponents would do? That way, if you know that you know it sooner than them, you can. What's your meta game? Like, the number of seeds I've watched you play, I'm still trying to figure out what you learn from watching your opponent's VODs.
I don't really go back and watch VODs. I've watched people over like the months of playing Randomizer, just in different weeklies and stuff like that. Like if people come close to my time, I'll like go back and I'll check out what they did real quick, and also in all the bracket matches and stuff like that. So I have a pretty good grasp on what most people like to do. It's not really like I actually put in an effort to study what everyone does specifically for the tournament. It just kind of I already knew what a lot of people did.
Wait, so you don't have a board of like photos of every race, like
No.
pin string with how they correlate? Okay.
Yeah, I just have a general idea of what people tend to like to do. And I also just kind of have in the back of my mind that people are gonna gamble against me. That's just kind of how it is in bracket. So because of that, I try to match what I think they might do when they gamble, or do things that I know that they won't do to try to get a lead, like GT this race, for example.
We were both hoping that Lens Truth minigame had something for MikeKatz, but unfortunately he only got 3 keys deep.
Oh yeah.
For the longest time there at the end when ATZ was in chat, I was like, dude, he should just go for what if second magic is on like behind the treasure chest minigame. It's like, dude, he could have found this in the first, hour, and he could have won this seed by like 30 minutes, dude. Of course, as we know, its second magic was in Ganon's Castle Light Trial, so.
Yeah, those golds on Saras was a bit unfortunate. The Skull Kid.
So, ATZ, who would you like to see for your final match in loser bracket?
I feel like overall Bloody has been playing a little bit better than what the hell's happened from what I've seen, but at the same time, what the hell's happened is kind of an unknown for me. He's one of the people in the bracket who I know the least about how he plays usually. So just because of that, that makes him a lot scarier than a lot of other people I've played against, just because I'm not super familiar with his playstyle. So, I would probably honestly rather play Bloody, so I don't have to go through him twice.
Okay, fair enough. So who do you think will win then between Bloody Biscuits and What the Hell Happened?
It's so hard to call. Again, I've been saying for a few races though that I think Bloody has been probably looking the best this whole tournament. I would say he would win if you really need a prediction.
Okay, that's fair enough. Well, thank you two for the race, and it was very entertaining to watch with all the fails from you, ATZ. So thank you for that.
I do what I can.
Yeah. So just as a final reminder for this stream, that we have a prize pool for the where we're collecting donations for the winner of this tournament. So if you could have any spare pounds or pennies or whatever currency you use, please feel free to donate it to the prize pool, which will be going to the winners, I believe, not just first place. And then there's also money for whoever's correctly predicted who wins. Other than that, again, thank you to our commentators, Monstrous and Gom.
No worries.
Not a problem. It was fun.
And thank you to our two trackers, which was Pikachu's Love and Life and Blade Fang. They did an amazing job, and I guess we'll see you for the next tournament, the next bracket race, which is between Bloody Biscuits and What the Hell Happened on November 17th, same time. So I'll end the stream there, and thank you guys for watching.
Thanks everyone for watching. I can go to sleep now, it's 4 AM.